one. All right. We're back again into Netherdeep and Bazzoxan. And last time we were here, you all started exploring Bazzoxan a little bit. You made your way into um, the inn called the Ready Room, where you met a library-looking tiefling lady. Here, I'll toss you guys over so you can see the Ready Room again. You guys met a library tiefling lady named Question. Some of you also, while talking to her, ran into another lady named Aloysia Telfin, who offered you a job. You saw that 4 of the 5 members of the party, of your competitive party, were also there, having not such a great day. You saw that the larger orc lady, Maggie, was not present. She was off doing her own thing. And Naf made a few wooden horses for you. Um, and also, you guys went to the infirmary where you talked to the the head cleric lady, and you also met an injured soldier who requested that you take something to the Wall of the Unforgotten, where you learned about this new ritual that younger soldiers are performing who don't believe they're gonna have any friends or anyone to remember them by. So you delivered her a little trinket to the wall, learned about that, and when you made your way back to the infirmary, you found that she had passed, and you took her journal, and the cleric requested that you leave the funds there to help take care of other injured soldiers. You did learn that there is a you learn that there is a dilapidated temple that's being run by a gardener that the man at the wall told you about. And being outside, you guys also were seeing and smelling the smoke coming from up here in these smokestacks, and you remember that the sacrifice engines are where people used to be tossed down and turned into zoodles with the blades, and you guys developed your team name of the Zoodles.
Hey.
The Zoodles. That is where we find ourselves now. It's the afternoon, so you guys still have a few hours to explore. You know that the captain of the guard who you fought with when you first arrived in Bazzoxan is at the barracks here in B4. You know this is the spiral dilapidated temple, and this is the smokestack area, and then Betrayer's Rise is up here to the northern part of the city, past the second sacrifice engine. So you guys have a few hours in the afternoon, evening to do with whatever you so choose.
Well, I'd like to go to the temple, but not everybody has to come, I guess. Let's do Alex's favorite thing. It's with the party.
I mean, you guys can split. I don't care.
I don't think it's this exact moment Ono has anything to do beyond hang around with people, wait for her translation of the diary of the person that she creepily wanted their diary translated, and to wait until it's time to make a better meal than what this establishment creates.
You did invite pretty much everyone you've met so far to breakfast, so...
Yeah.
True.
So, I do at some point need to coordinate, finding a place to make this breakfast. But I don't know if it's too soon to do that.
You could talk to the owners of the Ready Room and see if they will allow you to rent the kitchen for the morning. And I will say they will let you rent it if you wish. It will just be 50 silver, and you have to obviously clean up any mess you make and provide them with meals too. So 50 silver, by that I mean 2 gold, not 50 silver. I did the math wrong.
Those are very different numbers.
Yeah, one's 5 gold and one's 2, and I did the math wrong. So
yeah. I'll pay 2 gold for that. I'm very disappointed with the food that we've gotten. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it will be.
Does that mean Does that mean we need to visit the farmer's market also?
You do see, being in here, there are some ingredients, but if you would like to find additional ingredients, you can definitely explore through the town and try and find
I
some.
mean, I am interested in looking for some zucchini.
Well, you have the entirety of Bazzoxan at your.
So if somebody says that they're going to do something more important, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to follow along and stop at the farmer's market.
Okay.
You know, I wouldn't think that this place has any, but is there like a post office or something?
Yeah, there's a mail service here.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Okay.
a military outpost, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So there's got to be some.
I will
message
say,
that-
at the barracks there is a person who you could have deliver a message or a package or whatever it is you're trying to send.
I'd love to go to that guy.
Okay. Well, the barracks are this whole little section right here. All 7 of these buildings are the barracks. So.
Well, we do need to talk to what's his name, and the barracks are just right there. So maybe we start with that.
Okay.
Does that sound good to people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we're
do.
talking to the captain?
I do want to talk to Hot Boy.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. You know what? Nav's also gonna go to the barracks to the post office.
Hey, the whole party agreed on something. This is
Yeah.
perfect. All right, so you guys, after kind of figuring out some general plans for the rest of the day, a little bit in the morning, you do know where the barracks are. The cleric that you met up in the infirmary told you, pointed you in the general direction. You see that this is, as you make your way into the Gatehold Barracks, which is what these are, you see the Aurora Watch's flags are kind of flying in between this everywhere. This complex contains lodgings for Tasken Varenthelis and his senior officers, as well as other accommodations for regular soldiers. You see that most of these buildings, like most of the buildings in Bazzoxan, are in a constant state of reconstruction. Splintered boards and broken shingles are salvaged to be sorted and repurposed, and then canvas is tacked up on the walls to cover holes that have not yet been repaired. And as you enter, these barracks are filled with the sounds of chatter, voices shouting orders, and clanging metal. You see armored Aurora Watch soldiers going about their business, performing drills and sharpening their weapons. As you get here, there are 4 main sections to the barracks. There's the war room, the mess hall, the training area, and the sleeping quarters. And each of them have their own stuff that you can do in them. We'll say that the male person is probably in the war room, as that is where they have most of their organizational headquarters located. So.
Sweet.
But you do have all 4 of those areas that you can explore.
Where did the captain say he'd be? Did he say where he'd be?
You would assume that since he is the head of the soldiers, that he is likely in the war room.
Yeah, okay.
You see, as you guys start to kind of make your way there, or at least kind of walk around looking around the barracks, not necessarily knowing where things are. You're kind of making out where stuff is just by where people are walking. There is one soldier that kind of catches all of your eyes, and he kind of nods up at you as to grab your attention. It says, "Are you the group that fought with Taskand?"
Yes.
He
We
is.
are.
I like how we all just didn't respond for like 30 seconds.
Was that the captain, dude? I
Yes,
assume it
yes.
is, but like, I
His
don't know.
official title is Task Hand. So
Okay.
Task hand.
task,
Okay.
like task, like the hand of
Right,
task.
right.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Task Hand. Baron.
Which I think in character we did know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that is his official title. He's waiting for you. If you'll follow me, I can lead you to him.
Oh, okay.
It helps you accomplish the minor day-to-day tasks of office work. The magic item.
I would I would fight to own that.
Right. Hey, you don't ever have to write anything again. Straight up, I'd take it.
Would you cut your hand off to replace it?
Yes.
A smaller hand than your regular hand. Take my strong hand. So the war room is a small, sparsely furnished office that Varen uses to discuss battle strategy and political concerns with his officers. By small, I mean it's enough to hold like 25 people. So it's not small, but it's not super huge. It's not like a main.
It's not small, but it's not big.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like schmedium. It's like schmedium for a room.
Okay.
You see, there's a circular table.
Bigger than a bread box.
You see, there's a circular table in the center of the room covered with maps of Bazzoxan, updated barricade designs, and some notes, some writing with pictures of horrible-looking creatures, their redoubts, and then the rifts that they spawn from. As you are entering and kind of notice all of these things, he nods and kind of waves all of you over. Hello. How are you? How are you doing post battle? Have you recuperated?
We are quite well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing quite well. I'm just planning and making sure my soldiers are taken care of. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but can you tell me your intended business here in Bazzoxan? I appreciate your help on the battle, but I do like to know why why you have come to Bazzoxan. It's my job, after all, to know these things, to be in the know.
Yeah. Pell should not answer that. Someone else should answer that.
He kind of
We're
looks.
all suddenly panicking.
He kind of looks
Oh shit!
to
Okay.
each of you in sequence.
It is a dream that has brought me here.
Are you sure that wasn't a nightmare?
Well,
Because you see this place, and he just kind of like waves generally around, just like arms in the air, like.
yes,
This place.
it was, but visions are often disturbing.
What all did you see in this vision that decided to bring you here?
And I give everybody else just a glance, like, should I keep going?
I don't know how I can communicate, like, the idea of, like, I mean, yeah, to, like, a reasonable extent, but don't go spilling all of our secrets in, like, a look, you know?
I have dreamed that there is something here that I must find. And this vision was given to me in such a way that I do not question.
Very well. Well, you might like to know that you are not the only group that has made their way to Bazzoxan on other, shall we say, competing interests of recent note. Um, there are a few others that are here right now who I don't know if they're here for the same thing as you, but they're here.
Competing with us?
I don't know. They are about as vague as why they're here as you are. But maybe.
Did they tell us what they're doing here? I don't remember.
You remember that when you talked to Question, she said that she wanted. She's doing research.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you talked to Aloysia, she wanted you to lead her back in, kind of guard her to get back into Betrayer's Rise. You know.
Oh, I assumed when he said, like, other people that he meant, like, the other party.
Oh no.
He didn't mean the other party, or that we don't know what the other party is doing.
You don't know what the other party is doing here.
Okay, cool.
So, They did tell you, however, the other party did tell you they were coming here to seek additional adventure and see if they couldn't get stronger.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
Yeah.
I did feel like it was just kind of like generic adventuring bros was like the
Yeah.
vibe that I remembered.
Yeah.
But I felt like that wasn't useful information to go off of, you know?
But he does continue and he says, well, um, as much as I know about all the others that are here, there is an expedition from the Library of the Cobalt Soul. They're currently in Betrayer's Rise with an Aurora Watch escort. They're researching battles of the Calamity that took place within their halls. There's also an agent of a foreign organization calling itself the Consortium of the Vermilion Dream, who are staying here in Bazzoxan. This, shall we say, pain in the ass elf named Aloysia.
Yes.
Yeah, you know her.
We have been approached, yes.
Yes, I had to already reprimand her once for trying to bribe my soldiers to protect her while she searched, or while she wants to search for an ancient holy site that she claims is within the Rise.
She requested our assistance as well.
Well, you are free to do as you so choose, as I am not your commanding officer, but I don't take kindly to bribes within my ranks. There's also an archaeologist named Prolix from the Allegiance of Alsite, Noncarel, who recently arrived here. He is ostensibly helping us, helping our arcanists anyway, who are researching ways to seal the rift within the Betrayer's Rise. I suspect he has other motives because, well, it was reported that he was lurking around the crematorium earlier today, but I haven't had a chance to confront him on that myself.
And is that suspect of something?
Typically people don't just hang around the crematorium unless you work there, or you are bringing bodies to be burned. So it is, not normal. I mean, you've probably seen the crematorium from here, if not smelled it at least. The smokestacks that you can see as he kind of points in the general direction of where you know to be smokestacks coming from here, that's the crematorium. So, and now it makes sense that the gross smell that you've been smelling does in fact smell like burning, decaying flesh mixed with just dry, sulfurous air. So, you've been smelling the crematorium doing its business.
How, if I might inquire, how has the research for sealing the rift been progressing? Obviously, it is not yet done.
You would have to go and speak with them personally. I haven't seen them in some time. They only really come out when they need to resupply, and even when they come out, if they need to rest, they don't make all the way to the barracks. They primarily stay close to the entrance, so that they can make their way back in. As I've heard that the inner chambers of the Rise change upon every entrance. So.
You wish to see us. Was it, is there anything that we can do for you further, or was it just to discover why we are?
Primarily to discover why you were making your way to the city. I, wanted to make sure that you were here for good reasons. And if you did choose to stay, a lot of people do say that they're coming to Bazzoxan to explore, to try and make their way through the Rise. But I also just wanted to be a point of contact for you in case you had any questions or general wanted to know more about Bazzoxan, and to obviously warn you about the risks of making your way into the Rise. It's, shall we say, challenging to navigate. Like I said before, its passages shift, from what I've heard, and they confuse parties and map makers, and I'm pretty certain, based on our research and what I've learned over my time being the task hand here, that the power of the abyss flows through it, and it warps the environment in there so that even if we were to send a search party in to find you, they would not be able to track you the same way that you entered. So no two groups ever necessarily take the same path, and whether it's a demon or magic, I don't really know. It doesn't actually matter that much, but I can tell you that if you get lost on there, we're not going to be able to find you. Nor do I have the soldiers to spare to try to find you. So.
I mean, you seem like a real swell guy, and I really appreciate you telling us that.
Mm.
But I'm a little bit caught on that point you just said. Oh, you don't know whether it's demons or magic. Do you know that it's one of those two things, or you're just sort of like spitballing sort of ideas? Like,
Well, the Rise historically was a place where battles were fought between demons and humanity and betrayer gods. So, for it to be demons or magic, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. Those are just the two. Um, demons and magic are the two strongest theories of what causes the insides to continuously shift that our arcanists have been able to come up with. So we're not really sure, but those two make the most sense as far as the information that we've been able to gather. So.
well, I think that's very good to note. I mean, I don't really have anything specific for demons or magic, but it does narrow it down a little bit to something, I guess. I mean, I guess magic is pretty broad.
That's true. I mean, hell, I can do this, and he slams his fist on the ground, and just an echo of him walks out of himself. This is magic, and the echo kind of walks back into himself. So you know.
It sure was. That was real neat. Thanks.
You had two flashes of Hot Boy right there for a minute, and then
I know,
Mhm.
right? I'm seeing double, and
Two
it was
for the
just a
price
little.
of one.
at some point he can make a third copy of himself.
Hey.
Hey.
It was just too much Hot Boy for.
For this room. For this room. Um, but yeah, if you want to go into the Rise, I commend you. I think that I think that there's power there, and I think that the there's something in the Rise that I think will be able to break the stalemate that's here. By stalemate, I mean the continued incursion of demons into the city and the death of the soldiers of the city. I think there's something in there that could help end that, or at least turn the tide in our favor, so that we can find an eventual end to it. But I, like I said, don't have the manpower to keep sending people down there while at the same time protecting the citizens of Bazzoxan. So.
Do you have any intimation as to what that might be?
Off the top of my head, no. None of the expeditions have been fruitful so far as to doing it. They've also not managed to get, at least from what I've been told, they have not managed to get completely through the Rise. So there may be an answer further down, but they've not been able to get all the way down due to creatures appearing and traps and dark magics.
Now, my question is on the subject of people who've gone down there before. Would you say that other groups were more or less kind of powerful than we were, or like larger or smaller? Because I mean, I don't really want to go into a pure suicide mission. I mean, it sounds like fun. Don't get me wrong, but it also seems a little bit scary if this many people have not succeeded at it, and I'm just sort of wondering if it's something that even seems possible. I mean, no one's done it yet, so I guess we don't know if it's possible. But I guess just compared to the other people who've gone down there.
I mean, there have been groups much weaker than you that have gone down and not returned. There have also been groups weaker than you, at least on the outset, that have returned. It just there have also been groups who have been stronger than you that have gone and not come back. It really just depends on how well you think before you take your next step, if that makes sense. If you go down there
Oh.
and just blindly run into every crack, crevice, and thing that you can find, you're probably not going to survive. But if you take your time, and if you plan your next steps, and if you're more strategic and utilize teamwork, we have had groups who have gone down, like I said, our research groups have gone down and come back alive. not without their fair share of scratches and bruises, but they have come back. You just have to be smart. If you just go in guns a-blazing and without any hesitations at all, it's likely that you'll find your demise. But if you take it slow and steady and strategically make your way through, then you should be able to be okay. And know that if there's ever a point where you think you've hit your limit, you probably have, and it probably would not be unwise to turn back, at least to recuperate. So you just have to think before you take your next steps every time you go in there. So.
Do you have any? That is excellent advice, and we appreciate it. Would you have any specific advice as to perhaps objects that have proved useful, spells that have been reported to be valuable more so than others?
Um, Abjuration magic is always useful, and ways to protect yourself is always useful. You can never go wrong with the ability to heal and recover um, without having to rest. That's always something that is helpful. Um, but basically, anything that can imbue you with more attack power, defensive power, and healing power is going to be the way to go. I know it's very general, but
Basically, just if we're more powerful, we're better. That sounds like a
yes,
great plan.
the stronger that you are, the better. I will say that inevitably, the longer that you are in the rise, the stronger you will become. Um, I've seen parties go in there looking very weak, and I've seen them come back out looking much stronger than they went in there before with new capabilities they had learned whilst testing themselves in the rise.
Hmm.
So, but if you do intend to go, um, I could likely rally up a few potions that I think would be of great benefit to you, but you'll have to give me a couple of hours to do that, as I will have to acquire them from different folks. But I do owe you that, as you did defend and keep some of my soldiers alive who otherwise probably would have died. So,
I think that we would
and
be
that will
very grateful.
and that will be my favor repaid. So,
I mean, we didn't do it
Very
for a favor.
grateful.
We were trying to be helpful.
agreed. But you did earn the favor of the town, and so this would be the way for us to at least, or the favor of the task hand and the barrack. So this would be a way for us at least to repay what you have done in that regard. If you don't want them, that is fine. I can keep them, but if you wish for them, I can acquire them for you. No problem. So.
I think we want some potions, right? We want some potions.
Okay. Well, if you have no additional questions for me or anything, I have a few other tasks I need to lay my hands upon. Hence the title, Task Hand.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, I do a lot of different tasks around here. And you see that he pulls out this little, from under his breastplate, he pulls out this this amulet hanging off a chain, and it is just a golden hand. Kind of think of like Hand of the King from Game of Thrones looking thing, but hanging around his chest, and he kind of then puts it back away. But yes, there are other parts of the barracks that you are willing to, if you wish to, that you can explore. If you wish to, there is the training area. You can go and get some training in. There is the mess hall where you can, go and try out some of our soldiers' food. If you wish to eat like a soldier, you are obviously welcome to a meal. There is a sleeping area, but you are not permitted in that location, as that is the private quarters of our soldiers, and we respect their privacy. So, do not go there, please.
Okay.
That music got really creepy. I will not go there.
But yes, unless you have anything else, I have other things of which my attention is required for.
Well, it was very good meeting you. Thank you for your advice.
Yes, well, where are you staying? I assume you're staying at the Ready Room? Is this the only real place to stay in town? Unless you know someone.
That is correct,
Probably.
yes.
Okay. Well, I will drop off your potions later this evening. So you can find them with the barkeep. I'll be sure. I'll be sure to leave them there for you. So
You are most kind.
absolutely. And he kind of shows you out of the war room so he can go back to what he's doing. But if you wish to stick around the barracks, there is the mess hall and the training area if you wish to do anything in those. If not, you still have the whole city.
There's a mail room here too. You said.
There is a mail room. Yes, it is
Yes.
effectively
Oh.
in like the training area. There is a mail guy, so because that way the regular soldiers can mail stuff to people. They can't all just keep coming into the war room. So they are set up out in the training area. There's a little haphazard stall that has the picture of like an envelope there, with a little bird beside it. So you notice that to be the mail person.
Is it like the bird is the male person? Like the bird represents
The mail being
carrier
delivered.
pigeons?
Yep.
I love it.
But yes, you guys make your way out into the training area, and you see there's that little mail stall. There are a few people practicing their shooting, challenging each other to shooting matches. There's a sparring pit where people are sparring with weapons, and there's also a wrestling ring where people are wrestling each other. So
I'm real tempted to go to that wrestling ring, but I have no good reason to.
I know me
Maybe
and
other than just
Pell.
wrestling.
I know me and Pell wanted to go to the mail.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go to the mail first. As you guys make your way over to the little mail stall, there is there's just a elf-looking person working there. Hi. How can I help you? Do you have mail?
Hello. I would like a package delivered. Yeah.
Okay. Any?
Is there like a certain like how far can you go with a package? Can you go anywhere in the world?
We can pretty much go anywhere in Jorhaus or Wildemount. We can make it to the Menagerie Coast if we need to. It takes a little bit of time, but we can get there. Occasionally, when we have the right delivery person come back, they're not here right now. We can get packages to Tal'Dorei proper, if you so choose. But today they are not here. They won't be back for a few more days. But if you have a package for this continent, we can certainly do our best to get it to your recipient in a timely manner.
Okay. Do you have like a piece of paper I could write on?
Oh yes. Slaps a small scroll in front of you and unrolls it for you, and pushes a quill and ink vial towards you.
Okay.
So, yep. While you're writing that, anybody else have any other packages or letters they wish to write or things they wish to have delivered?
Yes. Naf walks up and asks for 2 parcels and some paper.
Okay.
I just, I have much paper, Nav.
How big of parcel boxes are you needing?
Naf takes out one of the small wooden figures.
Oh, excellent. So he pulls out a small little parcel box for you, and then, do you need the other to be the same size?
Yes.
Okay. Pulls out another one of the same size, and so you now have 2 parcels. And
If Carrie's offering paper, Naf's gonna take that paper.
all right, yeah, go for it.
I think I should have. I feel like by logic I should have paper for my recipes, but if not, I'm gonna steal some paper from Gary as well.
I have a lot.
Yeah, you guys can spread out some paper. That's fine.
Yeah.
In one of the parcels, Naf places the wooden horse figure and writes a little notey note of kind of how he's been lately, and gives it to the person and lets them know it needs to be sent to Allfield, and gives the address for his home, his home town, and where it needs to go. And then the second one On a little piece of paper, Naf writes, "From your friend." Puts the little greeny figure in the parcel with the note, and says it needs to be sent to wherever his hometown was.
Okay. All right, you can certainly do that.
Greeny's hometown? I forgot. It was somewhere in the north.
Greeny's
Oh.
hometown is. Here, I will find it. You were up in the. You were up in the graying wildlands in one of the little villages up there.
Yeah. Okay.
So the horse is going to Naf's home, and the greeny figure is going to Greeny's.
Okay.
Very kind of you, sir.
I would like to take my piece of paper and like address it to like the Darrington Brigade, but I'm also gonna address it like directly to Terry and Darrington.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just be like, this is a missive from a former member of the Darrington Brigade letting you know that I'm not dead when I kind of accidentally like abandoned the group back in wherever that exactly happened. Um and I'm still alive, and not that anyone cares about me, but I'm still alive and I'm still trying to help people out and and then I mentioned like I got some new recipes, and like I probably put something like, oh, and by the way, Terry, I got this like weird thing. I don't really know much about it, but like if you know anything about really powerful magical objects, because I feel like he would, from what she would know about Terry and Darrington, let me know where I can research powerful magical objects. Okay, thanks, bye. But like,
I gotta know, is this like a situation where Ono is writing and like thinks it's going to Terry, but in reality, it never makes it to Terry's
it's
desk.
in Ono's mind, she's writing to Terry, but she knows it's gonna end up at like the secretary at best.
It's going to Dodie.
Yeah. She knows. She like puts at the end like, P.S. Thanks, Dodie. I know Terry's very busy and doesn't have time to read this. Like she knows,
He's
but
Dodie
she
X
also,
now. He's the 10th.
That's true.
but like she addresses it to Terry and Darrington, but then somewhere in the note acknowledges that he is not reading this.
Fair.
That's it. Mostly just saying that she's alive.
Okay. Yeah, I can certainly get all these packages mailed. Great, great, great. You see that they enchant each one with, as you have the addresses on there, they kind of rub their wand around it and cast a little bit of magic to kind of protect the address, and then they look over and you hear them make like a bird call, and then a few different birds fly down and they start communicating with the birds to kind of give them the information of where to deliver these packages, and they tie them to their feet. And for the actual like wooden horse and stuff, since they're a little bit bigger, you see that they cast enlarge on the bird, so they go from being pigeon sized to being like eagle sized.
Nice.
And they turn to you and say, "Yes, the birds will maintain those size until the packages are delivered, and then they will return to me in their normal size." And the three
Guys,
the three birds take off immediately as you still have Pell writing Pell's letter.
they need to learn Galder's speedy courier.
Well, they're not super high level. They are just a magical male person who can make their animals a little bit bigger to fly. You guys can also send messages if you learn the message spell or the sending spell, and not have to pay for
Animal messenger.
for deliver. Yeah, animal messenger is
Soon.
the one. They say for your two packages that will be 1 gold. For your letter that will be 2 silver, please.
1 gold.
And for you, sir, where are you sending your letter to?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. It's just gonna be at Nogvarot in Zemin Fields. It's going to a person named Aisha. It's in a small village. The letter just says like, here's what I can afford right now. Really miss you guys. Hope to see you soon. By the way, joined an adventure group. going into a dungeon. Probably gonna be okay. Just a brief message.
Probably gonna be okay. Perfect.
And give I wanna give a bag of 50 gold to send with them.
Okay. Um, since you're sending money, let me do this. We'll put it in this small little container, and you see it. They take the little coin purse, put it in this little container with your letter, and as they close it, it shrinks down to about the size of what like a ring jewelry box would be, just like for a single ring, and then they tie that inside of just a just like like a small burlap sack, and they call over another bird. This one seems to be almost like a warhawk. This one seems to be able to defend itself if it is to come under attack. And as they strap it on, and they enchant the bag to have additional abjurational elements to it. It says, this bird here, when delivering things of more expensive value, is able to fly 3 times as fast and protect itself from most predators. So this one get your will get your letter and your funds to those of which you are sending it. So, and this one, however, because of the quality of the message, will be 1 gold to deliver. So,
Okay, that's okay.
and he just kind of snaps his fingers, and the bird takes off at, compared to the others, like light speed. You just flies
Or it
off
takes
into the
off.
distance.
I
Yes.
tell the bird, fly with the wind at your back.
And you hear a little toot from the bird. Didn't say what kind of wind.
That's a good Air Genasi joke right there. That is prime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie laughs, just and nobody knows why.
Toot. But yes, you guys, if you wish to stick around the training area and do any training, you are welcome. There's also the dining hall if you wish to bust in there. But that is all of the barracks have to offer.
I guess it would be worth checking out if the dining hall would be a better space to rent out for dinner, but like I feel like it would be harder because I'd have to cook for more people.
This is
But
true.
like I feel like I'd want to just go check out the kitchen just to be like, wait, did I make the bad?
Okay. Yeah. As you make your way into the mess hall, you see it's filled with many tables and plain wooden chairs. Though it seems to be meant for soldiers, there are clearly people who are just citizens of the town who are not as well to do, and food is doled out to pretty much anybody who asks. You see that the food consists of gruel, plain vegetables, bread, tough meat, and smoked fish. You do see there are pockets of soldiers that are kind of relaxing between training and missions, that are just gossiping about recent events in town. So.
I would probably just be following the oh no. I'm sort of like,
Okay.
that was what I wanted to do today, so.
All right. Anybody who is in the mess hall and just kind of hanging out for a second, make perception checks.
Excellent.
Is this the first roll?
I
Let's go. Yes, let's go.
Well,
I am not going to be going to the mess hall because Naf sent out his stuff and he's really curious. He wants to go towards the entrance to the Betrayer's Rise and just look at it.
Okay. Yeah, so you can slowly make your way out of the barracks, past the center of town, up past the sacrifice engine and the smokestacks of the crematorium, and you can just kind of make your way to here. You see that there are like some barricades put in place and some guards down here, and the stairs that lead up to the Betrayer's Rise. While Nuff kind of goes off again, the three of you, as you're kind of just walking around casually, just kind of listening, oh no, you hear one member of, you hear kind of two different groups of soldiers kind of just talking. You overhear one of them talking about how a member of the Cobalt Soul Expedition, a tiefling named Question, aka Library Tiefling, went with their group, the group that's talking right now, up to the gate of the Betrayer's Rise, but elected not to go in. And that she's currently holed up at the ready room, ready to talk about the research with anyone who will listen. You know. you know what question's about. And as you kind of turn your ear to another, a little bit more boisterous group, you hear them talking about the elf named Aloysia trying to bribe some soldiers into escorting her into Betrayer's Rise. Some people, this group, seem to believe that she only wants to ransack the temple, but others think that her concern might be religious and that she's searching for lost lore about prime deities. So there's just a couple people arguing back and forth about whether ransacking the temple is more valid or if this person is really just trying to find long lost lore. They can't really
I
decide
mean,
because they can't take bribes, and they
little from
got
column A, little from column B.
right, and they got yelled at by the task hand for even, you know, considering taking a bribe. So
I'm feeling better about our decision to not work with this person. Not that like they seem inherently bad, but just like my plan of you know, kind of see how it goes and make a decision later feels, you know, seems a bit shifty. I don't like her.
a bit shifty.
Did did Question tell us that she actually went in and then came out?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And that she has not gone back in, and that she assumes she hasn't seen the group that she went in with. Um, the group that she went in with was not this same group. The group that she went in with the first time she didn't see come out, but she went with this other group, who she didn't go in, so she doesn't know what they'd ended up doing. And this is that
Okay.
second group. So the second group, when she left, they don't see the point in risking their lives for nothing. They still got paid, so they just came back.
Okay.
So because they're not stupid, they like to be alive. So
Yeah. No, live is good.
yes. So but yes, as you get to the bottom of Betrayer's Rise, Naf, you see a steep, winding staircase, wide enough for four people about your size to walk side by side, leads up to a large gate built into the facade of the Betrayer's Rise. Um, you see as you can only see some of it as you're at the bottom of this big staircase, but you see that there are black walls. There look like there are probably images carved into the walls, but you can't quite make them out from the bottom of the stairs. You do see, however, at the top, an immense double door made of onyx with what looks to be probably copper and silver glinting um, from the sunlight of the late afternoon sun kind of reflecting. And you see there are some other folks up there who look like they're probably guards of the Aurora Watch. But you can't make out the details of those who are there or the designs on the walls. You're just kind of staying down where you are.
Okay, so it's like barricaded staircase up to a set of doors that lead in.
Yes, so you can get around these barricades. These are mainly just to deter citizens from going up there, and the staircase is here. As you walk to the bottom of it, you kind of see what I described. But you could make your way up there, but you do see that there are some what look to be Aurora Watch members up there. So.
Okay. You know what? Naf's just gonna kind of take a seat on one of the steps and begin consulting his spellbook.
Okay. Are you just gonna stay there for the remainder of the afternoon, or is there?
He's going to take the time to remain there, however long it takes, because I think this is a thing you can do. I looked it up. I didn't get a definitive answer. He's going to take as long as it takes to be able to go through his spell book and swap some spells.
So you can do that. Basically, it's supposed to theoretically happen once per day at the beginning of the day is when you would swap spells. It's just like you're preparing them, so you choose your spells when you finish a long rest, and you choose which ones are prepared for the day. But since you didn't do that this morning, what we'll say is this will be your the time where you can go in and you can switch out the spells that you may or may not want to use. But it's one of those things at the beginning of the day that when you wake up from a long rest, that's when you choose the spells for the day. So we'll save for now, since you guys basically have been doing stuff pretty much the whole day and not really sat down to take time to study your spells and whatnot. Same thing for you, Carrie. If you find some time at this afternoon where you want to sit down and swap spells, you can do that. It's unlikely that you
Great.
guys will face combat, but if you want to do that, you can do that. But we'll just say going forward to keep it all nice and smooth. Whenever
Yeah.
you guys finish a long rest, that'll be when you do it. Short of doing the whole learning a new wizard spell and burning exhaustion points and all that jazz for wizardry stuff. And you can always do the same thing too, Carrie, if you want to. We'll say that too. If you want to switch a spell on the fly and then automatically have that prepped, that you just have to make instead of intelligence, you'll do a wisdom saving throw
Okay.
of whatever spell is.
Cool.
And if you fail it, you'll take the equivalent in non-resistible psychic damage. And if you pass it, then you can just flip it, and you can do that as many times per day until you pass it once. So
Okay.
same with
Great.
math.
Thanks.
So it's risky, but it's doable.
Yeah, but
yeah.
no risk, no reward, blah blah blah.
Right. So Nap's just gonna hang out up there at the bottom of the stairs. So
I actually may change that. I might just want to learn another spell instead.
yeah, I mean, if you just want to sit and learn a spell, you can definitely do that. You can study your spell book. That is something that wizards can do whenever they have a few hours of downtime. So
Yeah.
you just need to spend that as many hours equivalent to the level of spell that you're trying to learn. So. All right, you're up there just sitting down at the bottom of steps. You get some looks every now and again as guards as watch members walk up and down, kind of look at you, and they kind of shimmy you to the side so you're not in the way, but they kind of push you over to the side a little bit so they can continue their business. What are the other three of you doing?
Well, Ono, are you gonna check out the kitchen?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes. My brain was like, what? And then I'm like, no, yeah, I said I wanted to do that. Yes, I'd like to just go, like, scope it out. Just, like, the kitchen aspect of this mess hall.
Yeah, it's a very basic kitchen. It looks like it's used mainly to make a lot of very basic food for a lot of people. It's nothing too advanced, nothing. The actual utensils and equipment that you had at the inn is more advanced and more in line for what you would want than what you have here. This
Okay.
is mainly they need to make a lot of very basic things, a large quantity of very basic things every single day. So this is more of almost like that factory line where they can just make a massive amount of very basic things very quickly to feed a larger group of people. So you're not going to have the stuff that you would want to make those nicer meals that you're wanting to make. So.
Okay.
But it does the job for what they're trying to do. So.
I don't want to invite more people to breakfast than I already
You don't want
have.
the whole
I've
military?
Yeah, I don't want to invite all of the military to breakfast. I'm gonna leave it at the, like, 10 people I've invited so far.
Okay. Cool. Alright. So yeah, other than the training yard where if you guys wanted to mess around with the soldiers, there's not really anything else at the barracks. Your letters have been sent, you've met with the Tascan, you have investigated your kitchen.
Who was the guy the task hand was saying? Like, there's some dude hanging out the place where they burn bodies. What is it called?
Oh, at the crematorium?
Yeah. Who was talking about that?
There was an archaeologist named let me see. Where did it go? Oh, I just saw it here. Gotta find
Was
it
that the
again.
one that was with the allegiance of the All site? Or was that somebody else? Oh no, that's the person who's researching ways to seal the rift.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Okay,
you're thinking of Prolix.
Prolix, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so that's the guy who was also at the crematorium. Prolix,
okay.
yeah, the archaeologist from the
Oh.
Allegiance of All Side in Ankara. They were hanging around, they were lurking around the crematorium. So.
I mean, do we want to should we find out what they're doing there or not?
Naf, did you tell us where you were going?
I mean, he probably just wandered off.
Okay.
Did he give us any direction before he wandered off?
He probably just, wandered off. You know, it's like the Vax thing, and then I walked out.
Right. It's Naf being Naf.
I walked away.
Yes.
And I walk away.
Uh-huh. Well, I would like to visit this gardener in this temple.
Okay.
I also, I don't know, Ono and Pell, if you noticed any shops as we have been walking. I have been rather preoccupied up until now, but perhaps I know that the task hand is going to give us some potions, but perhaps there might be some we could also purchase.
I mean, I don't have a lot of money, but I'd also be interested in just sort of looking to see if there's anything good for, like, cooking. If we see any good shops, so I'm down for doing a little shopping.
Yeah, yeah, we can see if there's something. I don't know. Did we pass by anything?
You know that really the only place that sells goods is the two owners of the
Oh,
Ready Room.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think you bought some
So,
potions from them earlier.
did we? I know that I have some in
Yeah,
my
I think you guys bought a
bag. I don't
few
remember.
from them. That's why you're
Okay.
so low on money. You need to keep
Okay.
buying
Ah,
potions.
That would be why. Yes. All right. Never mind. We did our
Yeah.
shopping.
I mean, if you
Um,
they have more stuff. They have basically all your basic PHB equipment.
mhm.
They might they don't really have like extra spices to sell, but if you want to buy some, they'll probably sell you some. But um, yeah, they have like the most
Um,
basic equipment for stuff. So
what I'd be looking for is to see if I could make any of my special recipes,
okay.
which I don't even know, like, if any of that would be available in this god awful town. Which, like, I feel like it wouldn't. But like, um, I don't know, looking to see if I can make any of the mastodon, or uh, maybe like the soup. That's an option. I don't know. I feel like there's a very low chance that there's any ingredients in this god awful town, but I have to at
Perhaps,
least ask.
perhaps someone named the gardener might have something.
It's possible. Maybe I'll go talk to him.
Well, if you would accompany me to the temple, I will be happy to help you look for other things and carry them, carry what you find.
You also don't really have to buy spices because you have Heward's handy spice pouch that regans
Oh,
spices every
I
day.
assumed I assumed I didn't need spices, but I
Oh,
assumed I
like the
needed like
additional stuff.
specific ingredients,
Gotcha. Yeah.
like the actual like main base
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. So yeah, but you can definitely make your way and see if the gardener has anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't really got anything to do. Let's go do it.
Okay. So as you guys kind of make your way across town, you pass this sacrifice engine. As you stop and look in, you do see there are hundreds of blades that kind of wrap the inside of this tunnel that basically falls directly down. Um, and there's a lever that you can pull, and you see that right now it's mainly being used for like trash disposal more so than humanoid sacrifice. And as they push trash and stuff down there, they pull the lever and it just kicks on with a violent whirring sound, and you see that everything that falls down there is very quickly just slashed apart by these blades. It would not be a good time if you fell down there. But as you guys get across town over here, you see that what seemed to be a flourishing spiral-shaped temple seems to have fallen into some disrepair. Um, as you know from talking to the guy at the Wall of the Unforgotten, that those who used to take care of it were either slain or driven away by demons. You see as you get closer that it's kind of been changed and transformed into an indoor farming plot. As you kind of make your way in the front door, glass crunches underfoot amid overgrown weeds. Collapsed walls have been replaced with rows of wooden shelves that hold earthenware pots. Numerous alcoves are being used as planters for stubborn flora. And just outside the far end of an enclosure, a smashed mosaic of stained glass sits in a splintered window frame next to a withered skeletal tree. Um, and you also see that there are vegetables that are growing here. And you remember Ono from talking at the caravan stop that there are vegetables that can grow in Jorhas that don't require sunlight.
Hmm.
And these are some of those vegetables. Um,
Okay, I'm looking for the I don't even know where, if any of this stuff is available. And I've been looking for the thing to make the mastodon whatever that is, which gives an additional 1d10 temporary hit points with the completion of the meal is what I want.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, you can definitely see some of the deep red squashes that are growing here seem to be reminiscent of what you might need for that. So, you at least have the vegetable ingredient here that you might be able to acquire some of.
okay,
The
okay.
mastodon, you'll probably. I'm gonna roll a D2 D100s for. All right, so you didn't see any of the mastodon at the barracks, but now that you found these vegetables, you might be able to find some at the inn. Because you didn't have a chance to go through the kitchen ingredients per
Yeah.
se, but you
Yeah.
definitely know that at the barracks there was none there. They have like just your basic stuff to make gruel and whatnot. So you might. There's a pretty high chance that if you're gonna find meat somewhere, it's gonna be there, because you know that
Okay.
they serve hot meals, whether they're good or bad, but they have different stuff. So, but the three of you there at the spiral dilapidated temple, go ahead and roll me religion checks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eh?
Mm.
Eh?
Pell, you piece together that the mosaic that you're seeing at the splintered window frame next to that skeletal tree is a woman's face on a golden disc. And
Oh.
while it's very busted up and very hard to make out, you recall that it looks very similar to Avandra the Changebringer. So,
Huh.
and as you guys are kind of walking through here, and kind of looking around, you see. I want to see if there is a picture of this person. Haha! You see Foghome, the Furbolg, walking around.
No way.
And he kind of walks up to you, covered in dirt with weeds and flowers and stuff, kind of just on him everywhere. Kind of moves through the temple and walks up to you and just kind of nods and gives you a greeting of a very quiet hello. And just kind of tends to the vegetables and tends to the garden. So, and then after he finishes his tending, he looks up and says, "Well, hello. Welcome to my garden. What brings you here?"
I think Carrie would like to give him a little bow, and I want to druid craft like a little vine that has flowers on it
Okay.
that's going around my fingers, and then hold it over to him and have it like go to him like a little snake.
He accepts it and kind of smiles a little bit, and then he druid crafts a little flower bracelet and just hands it back to you. My name is Foghome. I am the gardener.
Are you the gardener or are you a gardener?
Both. I am a gardener, but also the gardener here.
Oh, I suppose that makes more sense.
Yes. He is not a giant rooster. No.
That'd be funny though.
He is a Furbolg. I did think about it, but no. He's Foghome the Furbolg. Can I help you with something?
So, in looking around, is he? Because you mentioned the things that Ono was seeing. You know, some of the things that grow here and won't grow other places. Are there things growing here that shouldn't be able to grow here?
Yes and no. A lot of the things that are growing here seem to be like vegetation and flora that you have not seen in your travels thus far. You didn't see them in the wastelands of Jorhaus. You didn't see them in the Goblin Village out in the swamps. You didn't see them. You haven't seen vegetables and flora growing like this since you left. Well, basically since you were on the boat, since you got on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Shorehouse is just not necessarily a very hospitable place with which to grow vegetation and flora, and so this you've not seen these things grow before because they just
Okay.
don't typically grow.
Right, right. I am, and I give him my wind name,
Mm.
but I am called Carrie. So my companions, Pel, Ono.
Hello.
Howdy.
Nice to meet you.
You you are creating a place of life here in spite of much that would fight against it.
That is that is my goal. Not a lot of vegetation grows for a long time in Bazzoxan, so um, I'm trying to honor Avandra, this being a temple of hers, and Melora, the Wild Mother, trying to grow new life in the midst of death and destruction that haunts this place.
From what I see, you honor both of them very much.
He nods. Well, thank you. I believe that there is a corrupting influence here, and that's why this is the only place that is able to grow them, as it has the holy power of both Avandra and Melora. I blame Betrayer's Rise for that, sadly.
Do you wish to restore this temple?
Um, I do, but I don't think that is my calling. I think my calling is for others to restore the city, which will then allow me to help teach others who are from here, as um, I'm merely a guest of the task hand. As I'm helping the Aurora Watch, I'm providing them with vegetables when I can. Um, but my goal is, if whatever is causing this corruption is removed, I can teach the ways of gardening and farming to the citizens of Bazzoxan, and they can fend for themselves.
Ah, I believe that we share some, shall we say, overlapping goals or desires.
Mm. It is very.
What can you tell us of this temple?
The one we're in right now, or Betrayer's Rise?
I I meant to inquire of this one, but anything you can tell us of Betrayer's Rise would also be welcome.
Um, well, this this temple, it used to be, as you probably have seen by the stained glass and the tree. That's no longer living. This used to be a flourishing temple dedicated to Avandra, but due to those who tended to it being, well, murdered or driven, um, a lot of its history has kind of fallen to the wayside, and I can only honor it with what I have available to me, which is the face of Avandra in the stained glass, which I've tried to repair to the best of my ability, but I am no glass worker, so I had to use some of my druid magics to kind of hold it together. But I am a follower of Melora, so I'm hoping that with Melora's power we can kind of bring a general sense of good back to the temple, a place of hope and new life. Um, but in regards to Betrayer's Rise, I can tell you that when I was doing my daily meditations um, the other evening, I felt something in the earth, as I'm very in tune with the earth, being a furbolg of Melora, typically spending most of my time outdoors in the forests. I I felt a surge within the earth, a warm and kindly presence reminiscent of that of the prime deities, and I think it's coming from Betrayer's Rise. That's the general direction. It feels like a wave of warmth and kindness just kind of washed over me from that northerly direction. I've heard, I have no personal experience or deep knowledge, but I've heard that there is a relic of the calamity somewhere in the rise, and I feel like it is awakened, um, just based on the feeling that I got washing over me. So, but I do meditate to commune regularly every evening. Um, if you would like to try and see if the Wild Mother could provide you with more of the answers you're looking for, I would be willing to invite you into my meditation, and reach out for you to see if we can acquire more answers that you might be looking for. So,
I would be deeply honored for such an experience, whether it yields answers or no.
okay. Is it?
I'm also looking for some vegetables. Sorry to interrupt, but
Oh,
just because we were talking about things we were looking for, I was
absolutely.
wondering, would you sell any of them?
Oh, so you can just have some. I can grow vegetables quite
Oh, bless your
quite
heart,
easily.
you're so kind.
Is there a particular type of vegetable that you're looking for? I have,
And she like pulls out her recipe book. She's like, "Oh, I'm looking for this. Um,
uh,
it's a vegetable. It's a deep red squash grown in the sun's gardens. I've never had it before, but it looks real tasty."
oh, yes, I actually, I have some of that for you, and he kind of goes to the back, and you see that he comes from the back with two squashes, but then says, just 1 second, and like gets a small bag, puts them in it, and then pulls um, four more
Ah,
out from the garden. So you have
I love
four
this
fresh
guy.
ones and two fresh, but not right out the garden. So you get six deep red squashes, um,
Hey.
and then the showing him your recipe book. He also um, goes over to a small drawer that he has, and he puts into a smaller bag some mushrooms, um, and says you could probably use these as well,
Oh,
and
I sure could. Thank you.
you could use those for the soup that you have, the
Yeah.
kidspaji spaldi. So
That was my second choice thing I wanted to cook. So
yes,
yeah.
so you have, we'll say you have this many uses of the mushrooms. Five. So you have five of the mushrooms that you need for that, and you have six of the things you need for the mastodon. So you just need to get the mastodon meat, and then you'll have that milk.
Cool.
So, um, is it just the three of you who are here, or are there others who you believe would benefit from reaching out to the Wild Mother?
I mean, we have another friend, but he's sort of a bit more of a loner. I don't know if he'd be it. Do you think he'd be interested?
That is hard to say. I think he would benefit, but whether he will come or not is up to him.
Well, I'm in no rush. I live here, so if you wish to go and inquire with your friend and then come back, that is more than okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say I needed to do to switch a spell?
You can. So we'll say because you haven't done any spells today, you can just switch out as if you're preparing your spells for the day, and then starting after this next long rest, you'll
Right.
switch them like normal. But then after that,
Okay.
you would just make a Wisdom save, and it would be DC 10 plus whatever level you're trying to switch. And if you fail, you take damage. If you pass, you can switch it. So,
Okay. I'm going to just go over to the tree, and I'm not expecting to like bring it to life or anything. I'm just using that as kind of the center.
mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and cast plant growth,
Ooh.
and I'm just going to use the immediate one
Okay.
where all normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown.
Ooh. Including all the weeds.
I mean, weeds
he
are a part of life.
right. He's like, I appreciate that. We'll have extra weeds now that I can break down into hemp-based products, and maybe I can make some clothing or something.
Hemp and compost.
Compost is useful.
Uh, the blessing of Melora on us all.
Indeed, indeed. Well, if you wish to go speak with your friend, like I said, I will be here. I will be here every day. So,
At what time uh, do you intend to meditate?
I meditate at the same time every night. He kind of pops his head out, looks out the door, because it is pretty dimly lit in this greenhouse since these vegetables don't require sunlight. So the light that's in here is like a magical, basically the light spell, but just a little dimmer, so it doesn't affect the growing of the plants. And kind of pops his head out, and it's starting to get a little later in the evening. So um, about 2 hours from now is when I will do my evening meditation before I go to sleep for the evening. So if you wish to come
It
back
is
tonight
well.
in 2 hours, you are more than welcome.
It is well.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing you and sharing my meditation with you all.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll say about this time, it's probably taken from where you guys were after Knopf left and making your way over here and talking to this guy and just hanging out and learning a little bit about this. It's been about, let's say, 45 minutes or so. Um, Knopf, what level of spell are you working on?
I'm working on second.
Okay, so um, we'll say that you can. What school of magic is that spell?
It is abjuration.
Okay. Um, so you are working on that still. Go ahead and roll me just a straight intelligence check. If it's over a 13, we'll say you can bust it out in an hour because you're not necessarily being disturbed.
All right, straight intel. So I'm gonna just click on intelligence.
Mm-hmm. So you are,
Actually, I prefer it taking.
yeah, there you go. All right, so you're still up there just working on that. So the three of you,
Every now and then,
yeah,
every now and then, taking glances back at the top of the stairs just to see if I can, like, I'm not walking up there. I don't want to walk up there yet, but I every now and then I'm doing my best to maybe squint my eye and get a look at anything, any runes or anything that might be on those doors.
okay, yeah, and you have to keep moving out the way and kind of breaking your concentration for a split sec, just so you don't get like trampled on as people are just walking up and down the stairs and whatnot. So you're still working on that. The three of you, what is your plan?
So what's the situation now in terms of what Ono needs to find?
Ono has everything that she needs except for some meat.
Cool. Well, I guess we could go back to the inn and maybe make those arrangements and see if Nath is there, since we don't know where Nath is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the inn. Boop. And as we'll just pop one of these bad boys over here, we'll toss you guys in the ready room inn. You should all be in here just so you see what's going on. So you guys are basically down here. Now, if you are not in there, but you can see the map. So as you guys kind of make your way in, Prima, one of the Drow twins, um, the phone. I don't even know why that's there, but she like waves you all over.
Because it's alien bar music, dude. It's
That's
alien
right.
nightclub.
That's right. She waves you over and says, yeah, the task cam brought you guys a package, so here.
Oh,
and he brought you. It's gonna be this plus 1 greater healing potions. So 5 greater healing potions.
Hey,
sweet.
graders, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
We like him.
He said that you guys might be going into Betrayer's Rise and that these should hopefully keep you alive. Warning, shit gets wild in there, so just don't die and don't bring any monsters back with you. I'll charge you extra for that. I don't shame you for what you're into, but I'd rather you not destroy my bar.
No kink shaming, just charging you for damage.
Right?
Seems
I like that.
appropriate.
Seems fair.
Seems
I
very
like it.
fair.
I like it.
Where's your other buddy? They're the quiet one.
Oh, we were hoping he'd be here.
I haven't seen him. I assume he'll be back or he's dead. But either way.
Those
I
are
got
pretty
paid,
much
so.
the only 2 options. Either he'll be back, he'll be dead, or I'll kill him if he doesn't show up.
She looks kind of confused. Yeah, I guess that seems like a strange way to do that, but okay. Um,
I'm
also,
just kidding.
Darius fell asleep trying to translate your book, so it's gonna be longer. Sorry. You see him over there drooling and just snoring on your journal.
I would like to just move
It's-
the journal so he's not drooling directly on it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
It'll just be really boring if they fell asleep, man.
He just doesn't like to read.
Then why'd you make him do it?
Because I don't want to do it. I don't like to read either.
That's fair.
And I'm older by like 10 minutes, so I have the power. And who's gonna say no to this face? And she kind of looks off to the side. She is not attractive at all. She's
Depends on who you ask.
that's true. She looks exactly like her brother, so
Uh-huh.
he's also not attractive. So but they got confidence, and that's what attractiveness is. 90% confidence. How you carry
Exactly.
yourself. Anything else I can do for you?
I know we talked earlier about me using the kitchens earlier. I was just wondering what the supply of meat was like in there.
Oh, we got some meat. We got dried meat.
What-
We got not necessarily fresh, but not rotten meat. We got birds. We got some mastodon. We got some other questionable sourced meat.
Now, just I understand all sources of meat and the varying levels of questionability, but I was sort of wondering where do you get your meat from? Maybe I could get some from perhaps a source. Not trying to cut up the middleman, but just I don't like to serve questionably rotten meat.
Oh, it's
I'm
I don't
sorry.
mean questionable as in its like quality and its freshness. I mean questionable as I don't know what kind of meat it is.
Oh, mystery meat. I
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
mystery
yeah.
meat
Like
is.
the animal it comes from. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I'm all right with mystery meat.
Yeah,
I just thought it was like,
It's a mystery because I don't ask questions, and they give me a discount for not asking questions. So,
Mm.
it's not rotten though,
as long as it's not rotten, I guess.
and I can tell you it's not elf.
Oh, you know what? I hadn't actually considered if it was humanoid, but I suppose where do you draw the line, really? I mean, just given how many humanoid races there are these days, it feels like there's really getting harder and harder to draw the line between humanoid and beast races,
It's true.
as I am literally a turtle.
Yeah, that's true. Also, demon doesn't taste half bad when you barbecue it.
Huh. Sure.
Harry's just going paler than she already is.
But you had questions about the meat. What questions do you have? You want to buy some extra meat? Is that what you want?
Oh, I was wondering if I could use some when I was cooking later, but we can talk about the exact. As long as you have it, then I don't need to go looking for it. Sort of what I was thinking.
Oh yeah. Is there a particular kind you need?
I mean, I was looking for some mastodon, but
Oh yeah,
some other things would be good.
we
as
got
well.
some of that. Let me see how many servings of it. It's this plus 1. 8. So there's 8 servings of mastodon.
Oh
back
my
there.
god.
So
Well, that's just delightful. I will be so excited to make some delicious mastodon meal for my friends and share the other servants with anybody else who's available.
well, it's actually what I've been finding is that my customers around here don't really like the mastodon. So if you want it, I'd rather it not stink up my kitchen. So you can just have it if you want it.
Oh, gladly. Thank you.
Just make sure you take all of it. Don't leave any of it, because then I don't want to find rotten mastodon meat in my kitchen.
Sort of like an all or nothing sort of situation.
Yeah, yeah. So, if you're good with that, you can take it. I don't need it. Otherwise, it's just gonna go bad and I'm gonna throw it out. So.
I mean, you might as well leave it in the kitchen because I'm going to use the
Oh yeah,
kitchen later. So
yeah,
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 I
yeah.
will take it when
Yeah,
I'm in the kitchen.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, of course, of course. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Stuff. You see at this point, another person like rolls over here and is like snapping at Prima, and she makes a mage hand appear and just backhands this person and looks and says, "What have I told you about snapping at the bartender? It's rude, and you will wait your turn. Is there anything else I can do for you?" Looking at you, Ono.
Uh, um, thanks. I'm good, thanks.
Never disrespect your servers or your bartending staff. I'm gonna go deal with this person now. And walks over here, and you just hear her yelling at this patron about, not snapping at her because she's not a dog. Um, so yeah, she does not like it.
I respect her setting of boundaries in
Mhm.
the workplace.
Yes, Darius, you hear him snoring at this point, like the table is starting to vibrate a little bit with every snore, and then as you kind of watch, you get to the point where when you have that falling dream and you're sitting on a table and you just rack your knees on the table. That happened. And he's like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
and he looks around and he just goes right back to sleep. I'm like, oh, okay, good.
I'm gonna walk over there
Okay.
and I'm gonna do the teacher thing of like slamming my hand down on the desk, but like on the table in front of him.
Ah! What? What was that for? What do you want? I'm sleeping here.
Good afternoon. My friend paid you to complete a job.
I'll get it done. You're staying the night here, right? What's the rush?
If it is not done by the time we leave in the morning,
It'll be done.
then of course we get money back.
It'll be done. I'm just taking a nap. It's not the most exciting thing to translate things. I don't like to read, so
We did not pay you for exciting. We paid you for translation.
I know. But you also didn't pay me for expediency, so it'll be done when it's done before you leave.
I toss him a gold.
Hmm.
Speed it up.
I would rather go back to sleeping, and he pushes the gold back to you and goes back to
Alright.
sleep.
Alright.
And you hear, it'll be done when it's done. Damn customers. Under his breath as he's falling back asleep.
I do the, fingers to my eyes and to his, but he's already got his head down.
Mm-hmm. He's already just
Feeling
snoring again, just
Yeah.
drool coming out. All right. So we'll say it's this point it's probably been another 30, 45 minutes just kind of hanging out, casually waiting. And Naf, you're about almost done with your spell. We'll say, do you want high or you want low?
Give me low.
All right. So if it's low, you'll get a little burst of genius and it'll finish 15 minutes sooner. You don't. Today is just not your day for learning spells. So yeah, you take the next 15 minutes rather than just having it finished now. You spend an additional 15 minutes getting it complete. So you do learn the spell that you were trying to learn. What spell were you trying to learn?
Arcane Lock.
All right. So you figure it out and you end up figuring out how to create a magical arcane lock. So you finish that up, and you see now that the sun is starting to get pretty low. It's probably at like a solid 8 p.m. So it's getting sunset is starting to crest pretty hard in, and so you see that the streets are starting to get a little less frequented, and the guards from the watch who are coming down off of shift say, "Hey, you better get to wherever you're staying because." Well, bad stuff can happen at night if you're around here and the watch goes to bed, unless there's a true emergency. So, I would recommend you go sleep in a bed and not on the ground.
I will get up, close my book, and walk back to the tavern.
All right. So as you guys are hanging out in the tavern, you see that Naf eventually does walk in. Um, And you guys can place yourselves wherever you want around the tavern. Dinner is served, so you guys are probably eating and just kind of hanging out, just waiting. But you guys have food, and then Naf pops their head in and they walk. So,
Was this like what is this? It's like a fireplace and a rug.
yeah, yeah, it is.
All right, Naf.
It's three chairs with a little table and a fireplace, and you can always drag another chair over there.
Okay. Naf takes this seat, sees everyone, kind of does a head nod, and takes that seat and goes like right back into his spell book.
Okay.
Just for not to learn anything, but just to go over everything.
All right. Cool. Okay.
Does that mean he doesn't want to talk to us? If he goes over there by himself? Guy, it's probably fine, right?
I think maybe, but if he really did not want to talk to us, he could have gone upstairs. I'm not
That's
sure.
true. Yeah. I don't know, maybe he's sort of like concentrating or something on whatever's in the book.
Perhaps. How much time do we have, DM,
Before he
before
goes
going
into
to
his thing.
meditate?
We'll say like 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, and that's more than it only takes you like if you're trying to get there in a hurry, you can get over to his house in like 10 minutes.
Well, I will go talk to him. Unless one of you wants to.
Oh no, you go ahead. He seems to like you best.
Perhaps tolerate is the word you are looking for. But yes, all right. I'll just come like next to the chair you're sitting in and just kind of clear my throat.
Now just like looks over his shoulder.
Uh, pardon me for disturbing you, Naf. But
Fine.
we met the gardener this afternoon in the temple. That was told to us, and he has invited us to come meditate this evening in just a little while and to seek Evandra and Melora's blessing and perhaps some insight on our task.
I think I'll stay here and go over my book. I'm not too keen on gods and goddesses like that, and I'd much rather. I'm hoping to learn. Assuming we're going to delve into the Betrayer's Rise, I'd like to learn in there. I'd like to take time tonight to go over my spells that I'm ready to to use if need be.
This seems wise. I wonder if once the rest of us get back, we should perhaps talk at least briefly about perhaps ways that our magic might complement each other.
That works for me. You kind of see as like a sense of like a new sense of like invigoration as he says, "I want to see what's behind those doors."
Yes, as do I. Very good then. Neff does not wish to come, but when we return back here, uh, perhaps perhaps a discussion. We can have a discussion about our various skills, so that we feel prepared to help one another.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea.
I mean, y'all know I'm not good at much. I'm sort of a one trick turtle.
Yeah, I was sort of the same, honestly.
hit things and I can take a hit. That's
Oh, I can do those things too. And she
I-
like punches you on the arm, like light, fully friendly, like lightly, like. But yeah, she just like, oh, I can do that too, and then just punches you in the arm.
You
Punch.
die immediately as Ono was One Punch Man this entire time.
That's funny. All right, so the three of you are heading back to the gardener's place, the dilapidated
Yeah.
temple. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll pop you guys back up here. Boop. And the three of you make your way to the temple over here.
Make him away.
And you are here. All right. Before we go into the meditation and such, let's take a break because I am hungry and I want a snack.
Alrighty.
a
Let's say 10 minutes,
Oh.
so 5 till. How about that?
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, snack time. One. Cool. So, you guys are at the dilapidated temple while Naf remained at the ready room, just looking over his spellbook. So, arriving back, Fogholm welcomes you in and he takes you through the little greenhouse. I forgot the word there for a second. Into his living quarters, which are about the same size. It's got a little bed, a little kitchenette, and a little spot in the middle of the room where he meditates. And he's got his meditation circle already set up. And he sits down cross-legged on a little pillow, and he has some other pillows laid out for you. He had 4 laid out, but seeing as there are only 3 of you, he pushes one to the side and spreads the other 3 out, so you have a equidistant circle between all of you. And invites you to sit down and meditate with him. And as he sits cross-legged, he holds out his hands on either side of him as if to take a hand from each of you, and encourages you all to do the same. And says, "Well, close your eyes and let's meditate together."
Before I take his hand, I'm going to go into celestial form
Ooh.
and conjure up the dragon one. I haven't used that
Ooh.
before. And just have like the form of just like one of those Chinese dragons that just kind of sinuously curves around. So that's just kind of
That's fun.
hovering over our heads.
Okay. All right. And then it just came into my head. Oh no, rage isn't a meditation, and that would just be angry meditating. But no. So you guys begin meditating. And as he is chanting in Druidic and Giant and other languages, some of which you understand, some of which you don't. But you all begin to feel a little sleepy, and you start to feel like you're going into a dreamlike state. Now, if as you're sitting in front of the fire looking through your spell book, you're also starting to feel a little sleepy. Your eyes they're getting a little heavy, and your whole body just feels weighty. Like you're kind of just sinking deep into this chair. No one's bothering you. There's not really anybody else in the bar. There's a couple patrons off in the booths kind of minding their own business, and the bartender's doing their thing, and there's a very low hum of music, but the crackling of the warmth of the fire in front of you is just kind of helping you get very comfortable, and you're kind of sinking deep into this chair as you start to feel your eyes get heavy and close. And for the first time, well, in a very, very long time, you feel comfortable enough that you just kind of fall asleep. And all 4 of you, as you kind of open your eyes, you kind of see each other's faces just kind of almost formless, but you can make them out in almost like a wispy kind of like a ghostly silhouette of each other's face kind of just floating around you. And as you're in this strange slumbering meditative state, And then all of a sudden, it's like all of you appear in this scene, um, and you see a young human, curls plastered to his brow by sweat, sinking to his knees in the garden. His eyes betray a lack of sleep, and despite the softness of his features, he looks like he's experienced more pain than any one person should bear. They're counting on me, he whispers. They need me, but I'm exhausted and I'm frightened. What do I do? Please, somebody tell me. What do I do? You see the moons race across the sky, soon replaced by the angry red sun that rises before a fateful battle. 5 silhouettes approach the temple, and one claps the kneeling figure on the back. Their voices are muffled, as if coming at you through water, but you see them embrace, standing strong, before the marching off to war. And as you see them start marching, the vision disappears. You see the ghostly silhouette of each other's faces, and then you just completely all fall prone in the spot where you are meditating. Now, if you fall out of the chair, prone on the ground, and you wake up a couple of seconds later, all of you had momentarily passed out. And those of you in the temple, Foghomb sees you all fall unconscious and then awaken. And he kind of sits there, undeterred, and says, Did you see it? What did you see?
Ono was just stuck on her shell on her back, from going prone, and it was just kind of like just wobbling there for a second, just ignoring it.
He grabs his staff and puts it over for you to grab onto so he can help you self-right.
She takes another second to just kind of like rock there, and then like is like, okay, fine, I guess I should get up now. Classic morning routine things, you know. Fine, I'll get up.
What did you do? How do you do that?
I didn't do anything. I took you into a very peaceful, open-minded, meditative state, and you saw what the gods wanted you to see. I've had visions while meditating before as well. Sometimes I have some, sometimes I don't. It kind of affects everybody differently.
Did you see the same thing that we saw?
Do you describe the vision that you guys had?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He nods. Yes, I've had that exact vision before.
You've had this vision before.
I believe it is a retelling of
So it's a
history.
rerun.
I think so. I think it is a recounting of the origin of Bazzoxan. And he kind of thinks for a second. And he says, I think it's the vision, the central figure in that vision was supposed to be a hero of the calamity. And then he goes on to recount to you some of the old stories of Bazzoxan's origin, in that the Kryn capital of Rasona was the betrayer god's citadel. In the Kryn capital of Rasona was the betrayer god's citadel of Gordranus in the time before the calamity. And the betrayer's rise was once a fortress protecting Gordranus. In the darkest days of the calamity, the prime deities and their most loyal champions laid siege to Gordranus before capturing the betrayer's rise and routing the betrayer's god's forces there. The storytellers have long since forgotten the names of many of those heroes. The force of their bonds still resonates across the land. is he tells you that he draws your attention to some of the alcoves in this room, where the plants are markedly healthier than the rest of those within the temple. And you see that he points out on the brick walls that are in those alcoves, there are different messages, and as you kind of look and you read them, um, you see one that says "Friends forever, don't." Some um, some of the messages are no longer legible, um, but it says "don't," then a word, and then "forget," and then something.
Friends forever.
Another one says "You owe me a drink in Marquette, comma A," as if it was going to be a signature, but the signature is worn. I'm writing this blank blank record of me stating blank blank. I will never ever duel you again. Another message says, this blank blank written proof blank blank promise to show you the mountains of my home one day. And then one that says, we love you, we will always be with you. So it's those, and the blanks are pieces that are too worn away to making that. It's all in common. As you guys are reading these and seeing this, Naf, you find yourself surprisingly awakened in front of the fire, kind of laying on the ground like you had slipped out of your chair after having that vision. And as you look around, no one's really taken much notice to you. The barkeep kind of looked at you for a second just to make sure you were, alive. But once you started like moving around looking, they just kind of went back to what they were doing, just kind of thinking you fell asleep and fell out of the chair, which is effectively what they saw happen.
I just get up, looking really like panicked, and like do that very awkward, casual, like casually but very awkward, like stink back into the seat.
It's almost
And
like the back was too protruded, so it forced you out.
and then write all of that into a book that I have.
Yep. So you don't see that last part right there because that's what they see
Mhm.
physically in there. But this is the vision
Yeah.
that you guys had right here. So that's the
Okay.
actual vision. Just so if you guys want, you have it. But um, well, um, I'm hoping this vision at least helps you in some way to help clear out the betrayer's rise and bring more peace to the city so that I can return to my home and the people of this city can no longer be sacrificed in trying to protect it every day. So
This vision reinforces for me that we are doing what is right in knowing where we go. And I thank you for it.
I'm gonna do a check for Foghome. It is this plus 6. Okay.
Oh boy.
As you guys are kind of recuperating from this, he spots a little bit of the glint of your necklace, Ono.
Yeah, I mean, a nat 20 plus 6, I guess, yeah. I'm not that subtle about it.
And he says, I feel you're wearing something of great power. Um, it is yours. I don't wish to take it or further examine if you don't wish, but um, the feeling that is permeating from you is similar to what I felt when that wave of energy washed over me the other day. So
Well, tell us again, how many days ago was it?
I believe it was all my days meshed together here. I think it was the other night. Yes, it was 2 nights ago.
Mm.
So
I'm gonna take off the thing and I'm gonna I'm not gonna give it to him, but I'm gonna be like, would you like to take a look at it, sorta?
Absolutely. He just kind of looks at it as you hold it up, and he asks you to kind of turn it around, and he kind of looks at it from all directions. Um, he says, this this item has 3 different fragments of divine power within it. One of them is awake, and the other 2 seem to be asleep, in need of awakening. Um, but one of them feels very similar, like I said, to what I felt come from the rise the other day during my meditation. So I don't know if it interests you to find out more about this item, but I believe you might find more regarding it in the Betrayer's Rise. So,
Well, I guess we're going to the right place. You don't happen to have any zucchini, do you?
it's an odd request out of nowhere, but let me see. He does, and he has this many. He has 2 zucchinis.
Nice.
He's like, I can give you some zucchini if you wish.
Oh, I'd love some.
All right. He plant growths a vine to just basically take the zucchini that's still on the vine, and grows the vine over towards you so you can pluck 2 zucchini off.
Love it. I take some fresh zucchini.
You have some fresh zucchini.
We believe that this object of power belonged to that young man in the vision. We believe we know who he is.
Well, I wish you your best on solving that mystery. That is left to younger and more capable folks than myself. So I will be here doing my best to bring life back to this temple, hoping and wishing for your success so that I can once again return home.
Wait, where's your home?
Oh, my home is very, very far from here. You've maybe... I actually live up in Hupperduke, which is not really a place you should live, but technically it's outside of Hupperduke. When people want directions, and when you live in a small village outside of a main city, but no one really knows the small village, so you say the main city, and you say you live like 10 minutes from there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So Hupperduke is the nearest city to where I live, but the Crisp Vale Thicket is my actual home. So.
Well, I hope you can make it back.
And just so you guys have an idea of where that is, if you want to know, the Crisp Vale Thicket is right here. Right here. And your guys did like the goblin little thing right here. So he's like across the mountains. This is the garrison that you guys rescued that lady from is right here. So he's like on the other side of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's not close,
Right.
but it was not
Wait, sorry, on that map, where are we right now?
on that. It doesn't show you where you are on that map, but
Okay, that's why no, that's
Oh,
fine. I
yeah.
was just like, wait, nothing on here looks like where I thought we were.
Yeah, so you're
But-
here. This is where you guys did your first mission. Up here is the garrison, and he's basically in this right here. This is where he lives.
Got it. Thank you.
So yeah, he lives up in the thicket up there. So yes, I will return there as soon as I'm able, but I wish you the best on hopefully resolving whatever is going on in the rise and whatever your vision is leading you to. So.
You have given us much hope. I am grateful.
Well,
Thank you a lot.
with that,
You've given us much vegetables, for which I'm also grateful.
well, he kind of chuckles. And, well, I hope to see them put to good use. But for now,
I look pointedly at Ono.
I believe it is time for me to retire to my sleeping quarters, so I bid you adieu.
Should we invite him for breakfast? breakfast.
Oh, yeah, if you'd like to come for breakfast, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot how big breakfast was getting. But basically everybody who's been nice to us has been invited to breakfast, and some people who even haven't been nice to us have been invited to breakfast. But it's going to be a real nice affair.
Um, yes, absolutely. I will join you. Where are you staying? The ready room,
Oh,
I assume?
yeah, of course. Yeah, the one place that anyone can stay. There's apparently nowhere else really in the area.
Yeah, most places are destroyed or hovels that people live in, or, temples with a greenhouse or barracks. There's not a lot of good tourism going on in these parts. But yes, I'll join you in the morning. I'll see you at sunrise.
Thanks.
So, he kind of ushers you out of his house nicely, or out of his temple, as in
Get,
get.
go,
Um,
shoot.
right, and you guys make it back to the inn. At this point, Naf, are you gonna just be hanging out in the chair until they get back, or are you?
Yeah, Neff's. No, Neff probably would have went to the room.
Okay, so yeah, Naf goes upstairs to the room. You guys get back, and you see that, as you guys get in, Prima says, "Well, good you're back. I'm gonna lock up and go to bed. Um, you're cooking breakfast tomorrow." She looks at you, oh no.
Sure I am.
All right, well, don't wake me up until it's done. Then I'm gonna sleep in.
Don't wake me up.
Also,
Hey,
whatever you find back
innkeepers
there,
don't get to
you
sleep
can
in very
you
much.
can use, but also make sure you clean up, cause I'm not your maid, so, or your mama.
It's all right. I don't have a mom. I wasn't expecting to be one.
That's kind of sad. But all right, good night. And she goes.
Oh, you made her sad. Good job.
she she disappears, and you guys make your way up to the room. You guys have a couple of rooms. I remember you rented more than one. Naf is up there, and the other three of you can discuss if you want to discuss, or you can go to bed, or you can do whatever you want. But it's close to 10 o'clock right now. So,
I would like to just pull Pal aside for a minute.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you something as you are coming with us. Um, and she reaches into her little pouch that she has at her waist, and she gets out two of the medals that she won, and I'm going to give Naf the yeah, I had it here a second ago. I'm gonna give Naf the
Not for Pell.
or Pell. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Pell. Why is this not coming up in my inventory? Okay. Um, I'm gonna give you the Medal of Wit
Okay.
and the Medal of the Wetlands.
ooh,
Uh,
wetlands. Do you need me to add those to your character sheet, pal? Or do you
yeah.
got? I can do
What
it.
do these do? Exactly.
Well, um, this one, this is I'm told the Medal of Wit, and it helps boost your intelligence. When you need
Ah,
it, it will last for an hour, but be careful because you can only use it once. And that one gives you advantage on intelligence checks and saving throws for an hour.
They're both in your inventory
okay.
now too. The Medal of
Yeah.
Wit and the Wetlands. You just gotta refresh.
And this one, you move much better. If we encounter, rough ground, this helps this helps you through it.
Oh shoot! Wait. Hey, these are really cool.
I
Thank
will
you.
be honest, I am saving the best one for myself, but
I mean, that's understandable, sure. But I appreciate it.
yes, well, I feel that the more that we can do to help each other be our best, then we have more chance of getting out alive.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I don't have anything to give you though.
Oh, that is not that is not why I was not expecting you to give me
Okay.
anything.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's really cool. I appreciate it.
Yes, well, we all have some of these, so I thought you should have
Yeah,
some as well.
cool.
And that's it.
Well, I don't really have anything else to do,
Okay.
so I might go to sleep if no one else wants anything.
Okay.
Perhaps in the morning we can talk about about our magic and our skills, or do we want to do
Yeah,
that first thing?
if we can catch him before he goes to bed,
Yeah.
I'd like to be like, oh wait, can we have sort of a team meeting? If we don't,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you want to get naps?
Yes. By all means.
Okay.
Let us go up and pound on his door.
Wham wham
He's
wham.
been alone. He's been alone enough today, I think.
Okay.
All right. So now if you hear boom, 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 boom on your door.
Oh, I thought this entire conversation was happening in the room.
Nope, they were outside.
Well.
Then they banged on your door and walked in. I mean, you could probably hear it. It's not like they were whispering it, but it.
Yeah, I mean the door's unlocked. Nap's just on his little cot, staring off into his book.
All right. Well, everybody walks on into Nap's room.
Hello, Nap.
He kind of gives you the eye if you're the first one in.
Okay.
But he gives you the other eye, the one that's bandaged up and not even there. So he's not even
Ew.
looking. So he's not even looking
No.
at you.
You get
No, the
this.
joke is he's not even looking at him.
Yes.
You feel like someone's watching you, but you can't see anything.
I always feel like
The secret,
somebody's
I do.
watching me.
the secret all along has been I've had the eye for this entire campaign.
It's in your
Oh,
palm.
great.
It's in your palm.
Fantastic.
No one knew it. Not even me. But that's the twist at the end of the campaign. Alex, like, all right, so we're at the end of the campaign. Suddenly, you have the power of the eye.
Uh-huh.
The Eye of Sauron, that is.
I mean, that's still powerful, dude. I can fucking do a lot with the eye of Sauron.
Yes. But you guys walk into Naf's room, Pell first getting a not eye, and then the other two quickly behind.
Enough. We had a most interesting development while we were at the temple.
Unfortunately, I'm aware. Why is it always visions? What's with the visions?
Ah, you joined us. I see.
Guess you might as well have just come along with us anyway. Kind of forced you along. Sorry about that.
Well, I think if there was force, it was on the part of perhaps a goddess, not us.
I'm not saying we intentionally did. I'm just saying that's sort of what accidentally happened.
Mm, hmm Well, we thought that it would be wise to talk strategy, perhaps. We have a fair amount of potions.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot, but I'd
Yeah,
also like one of those greater ones.
how are those graders being divvied up?
I have two, regular potions of healing on me already.
Yeah, I have 2 regular as well.
Okay.
I have 6.
one. I'd like to take some greater ones. We have
Yeah.
5.
You do have 5,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I think a 1 each might be good.
Hmm. And then maybe give Pell the extra since you don't have too many
That's
of
what
the
I'm
regular ones.
thinking. If
Yeah.
Ono has 6 normal ones and I have 1,
Right.
I think I should get the other
Yep.
greater healing potion.
Yep.
I mean, I think I'm carrying a bunch of extra healing potions, but yes. Let's be real. These 6 healing potions are not for me. They're for you guys. But like,
All right,
I
so
agree.
one greater to each of us, and then the extra to Pell.
Right.
Okay. Putting a greater healing in my inventory.
Sweet.
Yeah, that feels good.
Okay, why did I just look up the word greater and nothing showed up?
I
Because
just
it's
went
stupid
to
that way.
I just went into manage inventory and clicked on
You
potions. It's
just,
like the 5th
yeah.
potion down. Or no, you have to click on load more, and then it's the first one.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just annoyed. I had hoped that the word greater would be the right search tool to narrow it down, but it
You'd
did
think
not.
Yeah, isn't it healing potion, comma, greater? Something like, but then healing potion's not
it's
found
in
the same way.
Bracket.
parentheses,
Yeah,
so
then it's
it's
not found the
stupid.
same way because healing potion's weird.
Well, in terms of talking shop, Nath will go over a few of the spells he currently knows and has prepped, such as uh, the lightning flash one that he used, um, the skeletal hand. He has invisibility at all times. He has his doubles, the 3 illusions of him. He has shield, disguise self, cause fear. All those can be changed and most likely will be changed, but that's the basics of his strategy at the moment.
I will say that if we think it is best, I can meditate and call to mind all the healing things that I can possibly think of.
I,
Um,
I
I
almost
will
wonder if
not necessarily do as much damage in that way, but I think that others of you do more damage than I do, as it is.
I mean, I think it'd be good to have a couple of big gun healing things, but I feel like sacrificing all of your damage abilities for all of the healing seems like I don't really feel like it's an all or nothing sort of situation, but I guess that's more up to you. I do
No,
appreciate you keeping us alive.
I understand. I understand, and I mean I can do well, what do you say? Around edges. You know, I always have something I can do damage wise, but they said that the weight changes, yes. The weight changes each time, and we have to come all the way back to rest, yes.
Were we told that in character or out of character at this point?
Out of character, you don't know that.
Oh, sorry, my
All,
I was
bad.
gonna say
well, you do know that the inside changes because
Right.
that's what the
Okay.
captain told you.
So let me reframe. Okay, so the it changes, and I I feel that the the more we can go at once, just keep going, keep going, keep going. It might be best if the majority of, you know, the most of what I do is the heals. But I have
well,
the lightning, I have storm things.
I mean, I'm pretty much just a punching. I got punching, I got slashing, I got hitting. Um, I mean, I'm gonna make us a real nice breakfast tomorrow, and hopefully it'll help us feel a little bit better for the day. But that's sort of it for what I got when we're actually in there. My hope is that I'm gonna try to make us some leftovers from tomorrow, and then maybe if we need a little extra boost, we can have some gazpacho later, some nice cold soup. Uh, closer to the time.
Well, I say we waste no time and go in as soon as we can, even after breakfast, maybe.
Oh, I assumed we were pretty much leaving right after breakfast. Sorry for inviting everyone to breakfast. It's just sometimes you just gotta share your food, you know.
This sounds wise to me. What do you think, Pal?
I mean, I'm down to go right after breakfast here too. But for what I could do, I could just I'm pretty good at keeping the attention on me, I guess.
Ah,
And so what I'm thinking is like, oh no, like let's say we have like a marching order, right? Because that's usually what happens when you're in an adventuring group. I'm thinking probably Ono in front. I'm sort of mixed if I should be in the back or the like behind Ono.
I see. I see. Well,
I mean,
I
I'd appreciate having you up there, but uh, I see the argument for the back as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking what I'm probably gonna do a lot when we're fighting is stick closer to the to like Naf and Carrie and just try to keep as many people off of them as possible if we're like fighting a group or something. That's what I'm gonna do.
I do have many things I can do at a distance to have the range, and if we need to if it is a narrow passageway, no offense, no offense, staff, we put you in the middle.
He just shrugs his shoulders.
Yes.
Why should he take offense? We just mean that we want to keep him safe. Why is that offensive?
Well, if you see no offense in it, so then that is good.
Does saying no offense actually make things more or less offensive?
I
Because
think
I feel like in my life I've had a lot of people say, no offense, oh no, but we don't like how you kind of fly off the rails sometimes.
I suppose it has to do with why it is being said, and perhaps the tone. Anyway, uh, we can think on that.
I say we all go to sleep, we get some breakfast, and we delve into this mega dungeon. That's my vote for the plan as of now.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
if no one has other things or requests about my magic, I will meditate on it and do what I think best, I suppose.
Okay.
All right. So you all bed down for the evening. You all benefit from a long rest, so you can reset all of your abilities, your HP back, your temporary HP all goes away. So as you wake up, oh no, you wake up first to make your way down to the kitchen to make breakfast. So as you're making breakfast for everybody, give me a straight up medicine check.
Guidance. I'm being a
You're
sous
you
chef.
are
Oh,
well. Are you waking her up to be your sous chef?
I was gonna say, would you have offered to like
Yeah,
help?
yeah,
Okay,
Okay. All right.
if you would have said like, oh yeah, wake me up and I'll help you out, then like I
yeah. No, I'm
will
totally being
accept.
sous chef.
Okay. So you can roll a medicine check and then add guidance if you need it. You don't need it. It doesn't matter. You're over 20, so it's not. So and you're making the mastodon corundle, correct?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So you're gonna get um it'll be 2d10 plus 3 of temporary hit points for everybody that has breakfast. So
Jeez.
so they'll get 12 temporary hit points.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
Holy
So
moly.
and those last until they go away or until you complete a long rest. So, as you
Yeah.
as you
Nope.
hmm,
I think I straight up forget myself and I go back into, being a bear and just like I'm licking the bowl.
as you guys, yeah, as now everyone has woken up, Prima has come downstairs. Same with Derez.
Naf, his breakfast is just going to be like a few pieces of toast that he just quickly shoves in his mouth and like grabs from the table as he begins walking to the betrayer's rise. He has a pep in his step and toast in his face.
So you don't want any of the meal she made?
No, he's just grabbing like toast and a bagel.
Okay.
Naff,
Damn.
I yell at you. Naff, come here.
He's got pep in his step. He's 2 blocks away.
Come here. I'm yelling.
So as he dips off, I'm gonna move you here just for a second, because I need something. You're on a token that I need. So
I'm looking around for Tupperware.
you find Tupperware. Prima is back behind the bar working. You see that. I don't need that. Get out of here. Get over here. Get over here, light. Map. There we go. And then Derez walks up to you, Ono, and gives you the journal that he did for you. It's just basically her day to day of just life in the military. It's nothing super exciting. It'll just tells you like her favorite colors, stuff she wishes to do with her life, and her favorite meal, and talks about how boring military life is, but how she also thought that she needs to make friends because if she dies, then no one will be there to remember her. So it's a pretty depressing and boring read, but here you go. And he tosses you the journal.
Yeah, I mean, like, I did not expect.
He doesn't even stand around for a response. He just tosses it to you, grabs some breakfast, goes and sits down, and then Aloysia comes in, the half elf, the elfin lady she talked to, and she says, "Well, have you guys decided on the deal I offered you? 100 gold per person to lead me through the rise?"
Upon consideration, we have decided uh, to pass. But thank you for extending the opportunity.
All right. Well, I'll go find another capable adventuring party. Goodbye, and then leaves. Um, you see that the your competitive adventuring party, your rivals, have not appeared in the bar yet, but there is still plenty of food left over, and Prima says that they typically come in a little bit later, or they did yesterday, so she assumes that'd be the case today. But are you guys marching on to find Nath, or are you, are you hanging out?
No, I mean, I assume we know where he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Pella's ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So
Let's go.
kitchen gets cleaned up. You have all your food. She gives you some parchment paper to wrap up the mastodon meat in, so it doesn't leak juices everywhere, and then helps you wrap all that stuff up
Nice.
and gives it to you and puts it in your bag. Because if anything, it just gets out of her kitchen. So.
Yeah, sign me up. Great.
All right.
So after, wait,
Hmm.
never mind. I'll figure out the math of how much random meat I have in my bag later. It's not
it's
relevant
just
right now.
it's just one use that you've used, so you have 5 more uses. So.
Great.
And we'll say it was, I don't know. We'll say you have like 10 pounds in your bag, like 2 pounds a use, and you had 6. So you have 5 uses at 2 pounds each. So you got 10 pounds of mastodon meat.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you guys walk back outside. The 4 of you make your way up to Betrayer's Rise. And as you guys get there, the Betrayer's Rise is both ominous and beautiful. It's black walls. Uh-oh, I need a song. Hold on, I don't have one yet. I didn't pick one.
Oh.
Alright. I have one though. I know what I want to use. It's everybody's favorite. This one. Cool. As you guys approach there, its black walls are carved with intricate reliefs, many of them depicting scenes of torture. Lifelike grotesques of leering demons perch high above, peering down at you with contempt. An immense double door forms the entrance, the gate being made of onyx inlaid with copper and silver, and guards of the Aurora Watch stand between you and the demonic fortress. You can now see those inlays in graphic detail. Nav, since you didn't go up there before, and you can see the gargoyles up top too. And so you guys are now here.
Ooh.
And you see standing outside are 2 Aurora Watch veterans.
We are small.
Yes, you guys are small because these squares are technically bigger.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So, you see that the
We'd be like, what, like here-ish? Like near the entrance?
yeah, I just put you guys over there earlier, so you guys can put yourself wherever you want. I just copied and pasted. You're on top of each other. I copied and pasted you guys all, so you're in the same spot. But you guys know that the betrayer gods use demons to defend this fortress temple against the prime deities. The scenes depicted on the fortress walls depict the prime deities being tormented, and the outer doors are extremely heavy but well balanced and could be moved, which is very hard. You do see that the 2 Aurora Watch veterans out there, 1 orc and 1 human, are stationed out here. And you know from sitting on the stairs, Naf, that there are drow humans and orcs of all sorts as Aurora Watchmen and women who walk back and forth and change guard frequently because it's not the weather's not the best up here, and they like to keep people moving and getting them up there doing their guard duty.
By the time the others get to him, Naf's probably sit like at the entrance, kind of just looking at the wall and doing his best to draw everything he sees and copy it down to his book.
They do stop you 30 feet from the entrance to the door and say, what are you doing? What are you doing here? What can we help you with?
If it's just him,
yeah.
When they stop him, he'd continue the drawing and say, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my group where I'm going to be going into the rise."
Oh, that's a stupid idea. Are you trying to die?
I mean, no, but we never said we were smart either.
You're not there?
They'll be there in like 5 minutes.
Oh man.
You can say
Naf,
draw, but you know.
Naf gives him the look of like, yeah, kind of.
Well, there are easier ways. There's a chasm right there. Well, on the other side of these doors, but you know, it goes 1,000 feet down. So, if you really wanna, well, you do what you want to do. Just don't try busting these doors without an appropriately sized group, and then come talk to us. And they go back to over here.
He's just gonna stand there and wait for the others while he's drawing.
Alright, you guys roll up, and Naf's just drawing, and you see 2 giant doors with grotesque demon statues atop them, and 2 watch guards just kind of standing out front.
Okay. So we ready to go?
They see all of you approach, and they'll step forward. Who are you 3? Are you with this guy? And they point to Naf.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
They tell us you're trying to go into the rise.
That is correct.
Why?
Why not?
Why not?
'Cause it's honestly, it's really stupid. People have gone in and haven't come out, or people have gone in and died, and people have come out looking real shook. It's just not a good idea.
I mean, we talked to the task hand yesterday about going in, and he seemed to suggest that it was not the worst idea for us to go in. So I feel like if the task hand says we could, then you guys say we could?
Oh, you talked to the task hand. Well, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
Oh.
Or intimidation, whichever you prefer.
Because
you're not lying. You did talk to the task hand, so intimidation or persuasion.
I am slightly more intimidating, so.
There you go.
Guidance.
You got it. It was a 15. So, they're just like, huh? Well, it's your funeral, I guess. Um, are you guys prepared enough to go in?
Who knows? Let's find out.
All right. Well, let us open the doors for you. You stay back here. So they're gonna go to either side of here, and as they get to either side of the doors and they start to work to open them, you start to hear shouting, very muffled shouting. Um, and as you um, hear this muffled shouting, you see the that the doors behind them just blast open, and you hear screaming coming from inside, and two shadowy winged creatures burst through the opening, immediately taking flight and screech as they dive towards you, their ebon talons extended, ignoring these two guards. But they see their dinner coming and they fly directly at you guys. I'm going to say that they are 40 feet in the air right now. Everybody roll initiative as these guys run in to
Oh,
check on
god
their
Okay.
folks. So, initiative. Let's go with this one. All right. First one.
I really hope it doesn't roll like 10 initiatives right now.
It did.
Yeah, it rolled like 10 initiatives. Gosh damn it! It was like, it wasn't showing the little like dice thingy, so I'm like, oh, it must not actually be clicking.
All
And
right.
then
So
it
here,
just wasn't
do
loading.
do
The
this.
first was a 3.
Okay. So we'll do the 3 then.
Yeah. I fully accept the one that should have been the first one.
Okay. Oh wait. 3 and this one. Cool. All right. So Carrie, you're up first. You see these two giant gloomstalkers. I'm gonna make them a little bit bigger because they are quite large, and I want them to be spooky. 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 And you see the two Aurora Watch as these two things dive in. They take off inside as you hear screaming like there are guards who are like injured or something inside, and they run in to see what's going on. Just right past these gloomstalkers, like, yeah, not these guys, not today. We're out, but we're in. You're up.
I'm going to fire off a guiding bolt, please.
Which one?
No, let's see. Just the one that's basically in front of me.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. Do that. Do. Ugh,
That misses, unfortunately. It just whew, and it like
that's
you
too
think
bad because look at that damage,
right.
yo.
It looks like it's gonna hit, but at the last second, it kind of pulls up its wings, and you see the smoke that comes off of them. It permeates through that and blasts a hole in the smoke residue from the wings, but doesn't connect with these bad boys right here.
Never do damage like that again.
All right. So the Gloomstalker that you just attacked is going to fly down and try and snatch you.
Hey,
It's gonna go ahead and see if this rolls right. 21 to snatch. So,
oh god.
and you take 15 slashing damage and 9 necrotic damage, and you are considered restrained. It flew down and grabbed you. It has a fly speed of 80 feet, so it had to fly down 40 feet to grab you. So it's gonna.
So that's 24 damage. Is that right?
24 damage. Yep. And its claws or its talons just whoosh, reach underneath your arms and kind of catches you in the back, like right under your shoulder blades, and hooks onto you, and it starts to take off and fly up 40 feet in the air, which means that because of where it's flying into, which is like right here, that'll mean that Pell and Naf will both get attack of opportunities as it goes to fly 40 feet up in the air.
I'm thinking about rocks.
20 does
I'm
hit
thinking
for.
about
Are you doing it
being
one-handed
very
or two-handed?
One-handed.
Okay, that's a lot of
I'll
damage.
always be doing one-handed.
Okay, so you
Probably.
both of those hit for a total of 15, damage. Okay, cool. And then it flew up 40 feet in the air with
Oh,
you.
good.
So we're basically just gonna put you here. I'm gonna do one of these bad boys and put a little 4 on there, and you're also 4 right there. Pell, you see that this Gloomstalker is 40 feet up in the air with Carrie, flying up, and this other one is 40 feet in the air flying down towards you. It's flying down very quickly. So
Well, shit. Okay. Um.
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
you also
Ow.
see that as the 2 doors opened up, there's not really any light inside. You get a little bit of the dim light from the morning all around you, but it's not bright light out here by any means. All around the Betrayer's Rise is pretty much dim light, just of the magic that emanates from it. It suppresses the light in a way. So
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just like raise up my shield and sword and ready an attack for when this guy comes.
okay, cool. Well, he's next, and his goal was he was flying right into your face to attack you. So you held your attack, so you get to use your reaction to do 2 swings.
Yes, sir.
A 15 does hit, and so does a 25. So you slash this bad boy for 17.
Ooh.
Sweet.
And
And now I'm gonna get dragged into the sky.
all right, so that was your reaction. So now it's its turn. It's gonna attack you with a bite and a claw attack. So here's his bite, a 19.
Yeah.
So you take total 26 on that first hit, and your claw attack.
Are these magical? 15 doesn't hit.
They are not.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay, so you take 3 less than that, right? So it would just be on the piercing. So it's basically 3 minus that. So it's basically 23 damage instead of 26. So there you go. And the claws, he goes to slash down on you after biting into your shoulders. Goes to slash down, but you get your shield up just in time. But he does not snatch you with this round, and he's still in your face. So because it takes a full action to do a snatch. So all right, Nav, you're up.
Are these trees?
They're just
What is
bushes.
this?
They're just bushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna back up a bit.
Okay.
10, 40 feet up. That's fine. I'm going
No,
to cast
he's-
Vortex Warp on Carrie.
Oh. What
You
is-
can choose to fail it.
I guess if you're casting it on me, I'm gonna choose to fail it.
I mean,
Cool,
it
I'm gonna
depends. It depends
teleport
how
you.
mean I want to be, because by raw you can't choose to fail. You have to roll.
No,
The target can choose to fail.
Oh,
it
is that what
says
that
it.
says?
As target
It
control.
says it on the spell.
All right, spell sir. You have this. You win this round, Vortex Warp.
So
Anyway.
I'm gonna teleport you over here.
Nice. Thank you.
All right. So you. All right. Where'd you throw her to?
Over here.
All right. Woo! Blop. All right.
And I will bonus action vital sacrifice.
You and your spells. Okay. Oh no. You have one who is 40 feet up in the air, and the other one is going toe to toe with Pell.
Well, I mean, I could yeet a javelin at the one in the air, but I feel like it's better for me to just run up with Pal,
All right.
if that's within my
Mhm.
ability to.
You can totally get there.
So I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna pull up my battle axe. And I think that truly Ono would not have the fortitude to do this unless she were to rage on her way there. So I am gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't think she would run straight towards the spooky thing that just picked up her friend.
Absolutely.
And then she's gonna do her 2 attacks on the guy right here.
Okay.
Wait. Can I?
You can move into flanking. That's what you're looking to do.
That's what I was just double checking because
Yeah,
the spacing
you have.
was weird.
Yeah, you have 40 feet of movement. You can get around the backside of it. Yeah.
But-
Bam. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Get it, get it.
Yeah. 27 hits. You can roll again and see if you crit. No, you don't. But 27 hits for your first attack. and then you can roll again with advantage to see if you crit on that second one.
Oh yeah, whatever. Anywho, it's my computer's being really slow on whether or not the little thing is coming up. We'll
Gotcha.
just pretend that rolled okay.
Okay, so
But
you hit
that's
twice.
2 hits.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Damage, and it's the one-handed damage.
All right, so 10, 21.
Nice.
All right, 21 damage. Excelente. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
All right, Carrie, you
That's all I
just
got.
you just
Range,
got
2 attacks,
basically just
movement.
like disappeared and thrown across the map somehow.
And so I was getting ready to do shocking grasp. So my hands are kind of wreathed with lightning, and I'm like, oh. So I'm gonna go ahead and try guiding bolt again on the one that grabbed me.
Okay.
And just for flavor, my guiding bolts look like a comet just
Ooh.
streaking across.
Fancy.
Yeah, stars.
Star spawn. Bam.
That's right. Oop. God damn it.
That misses too, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Goes down.
Yeah. So that was fun. And I just like yell something that sounds like lightning cracking.
Okay. Alright, so this Gloomstalker, not happy the fact that you took his prey away, is gonna fly, basically still 40 feet in the air, so he's gonna fly straight to you and then down. So that's 55 feet of their movement. But he's gonna try and snatch you, Naf. 23 to hit,
Oh, I can't shield that.
for 26.
Yeah.
Alright. And then it's gonna use bonus action, Shadow Step, and 40 feet up in the air with you. And then it's gonna drop you 40 feet from the air for 40
All right,
seconds.
I'll get that.
man.
I'll get that second character ready.
For
What
18,
is
for
this?
18 damage.
What is this?
Featherfall.
Do you have Featherfall?
I sure do.
Alright,
I'm
well,
an air genasi.
well, now you
Ooh.
take no damage as you get clawed, teleported in the air, and then dropped. And as you're about to fall face first into the ground, you just very lightly you land. I'm gonna say you fall prone because it teleported and dropped you so quickly, but you don't take any damage. You just end up on your butt. So you are alive. And this thing is mad that you didn't just flop into a hunk of meat on the ground. Pell.
Okay. Well, this guy's 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, he teleported back up
Okay.
there.
Yeah. Well, while this guy's distracted, I'm gonna just swing twice with advantage.
Yes, and yes for 15. Okay.
Sweet. And I'm going to mark him, so he has disadvantage on anyone that's not me.
Oh, okay. Well, alright. This one, not liking the fact that he is being obliterated by you, is going to try and do the old snatch and grab protocol.
Nah.
So he's going to turn to you and try and snatch you.
Okay.
No.
For 42 damage.
That's without the -3 yet.
So that'd be 39.
Okay.
So 39
wow.
damage, and he's gonna shadow step in the air, 40 feet. So it's a teleportation, so there's no attack of opportunity, and then he's gonna drop you
No.
for 16 more damage. But this is also bludgeoning, so you can also
Yeah.
reduce it by 3, so 13.
Wow.
And he is up here 40 feet, and seeing that you're still breathing, he's looking really hurt too. He's looking in a bad way. He's gonna take off flying away. He's gonna fly 80 feet and leave, because he's not stupid. So you just see him take off, just
Poe just like
fly off it.
lays down on the ground and like coughs up blood, is like, take that, you bitch.
Naf, it's your turn. You have this Gloomstalker 40 feet above you, and you're on your butt. Invisibility. All right. Wham.
Don't mind if I do.
Naf just sits there on the ground and he's like, nah, not today.
Let's see.
That's it.
You get right here.
Okay. Just move over there. All right. Oh no.
The other one's 40 feet in the air, right?
Yep. He's still looking pretty fresh too.
I don't.
You can always
I
hold
don't
an
know if
attack
it's
if you
real.
want. You have that ability.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's worth it if I just hold an attack for if it comes near me. But I guess maybe I'll move closer to a buddy.
Okay.
Is there a buddy I can get? I don't.
You can get to. You have 40 feet of
scale of
movement.
this
You
is
can.
confusing.
Well, these squares are 10 feet each, so basically just think of them as that. So you can get to anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that these
Um,
are. Yeah, so you're 15 feet from Carrie. You don't know Naf's there, but you're 15 feet from both Pell and Carrie. So you saw Pell for a
Okay.
second, or Naf, and then he was just gone. It's like, whew.
Right. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Who do I think the Bloomstalker's more mad at, Carrie or Pell?
Well, you do know that it just picked up Pell and dropped Pell from 40 feet.
Pella's on the ground,
Pell is-
like
Pell
coughing up
is-
blood right now with
Pell-
like 15 broken ribs.
Pell is on his back, prone right now, just laying.
Okay. So I'm gonna go run up to Pell, and essentially what I want to do is slash
What is that? You
Huh?
broke up a little bit.
attempt Pell.
Oh no, you're breaking up. Yes. Are you protecting him, I assume?
Hello?
Oh, we can hear you
I'm
now.
looking for.
Yes.
I don't even see. Yeah, sorry. I'm just moving up, and if it comes to attack me or Pell, I'm gonna do my schmack at it.
Sounds good.
Am I able to hold a reckless attack?
Yeah, sure.
Or cool.
Carrie. You saw one of them flying away, which theoretically, if you really wanted to shoot it, you could. It's got an 80-foot movement speed, so it's only 80 feet away, and I know you can shoot further than that, but it's also flying away, so it's up to you what you want to do with it.
I would like to, as a bonus action, drop a healing spirit right here.
Ooh. All right.
And
My hero.
that, just do that.
We're gonna say that just because I think it's funny,
Oops.
this Yeti is gonna be the healing spirit.
Yes. I was
It's a
gonna say it
healing
looks
Yeti.
like, I would say it would look like the two moons.
That's
But a Yeti is fantastic.
It's what, a 5-foot square?
Yeah, it's a 5-foot square, or 5-foot cube actually. So whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points to that creature.
You can do
Can
it as
heal
many
a number
times
of
as
times
you have
equal to
wisdom
1
mod.
plus your spellcasting ability
there you go.
modifier.
It's like 5, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you can basically heal
So I'll
5
drop
times.
that as a bonus action and say, cuddle up to the Yeti, and um, and I would like to just try one more guiding bolt at that stupid one that's
So
flying
you
away.
cannot cast 2 spells in one turn.
Oh, that's right. I can't.
But you can do a cantrip if you have a
I
cantrip
can't.
that reaches
I
that far.
do a cantrip. Let me see. I think
Because he's 40 feet in the air.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
Ice Knife is 60 feet.
We'll say for math purposes, you can throw an ice knife at him.
Okay, and I can move more forward.
Oh
if
yeah,
I
you can
need
also
to. I
move
haven't-
forward.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yep.
absolutely. Yeah. So okay, let's see how Ice Knife does.
Hey, you're gonna do damage to him no matter what. Well, unless he saves and you miss, but you know.
Right.
So, I guess 23 definitely hits. So you're definitely gonna do 4.
Yay!
And then it's a dex save, DC 16.
Mhm.
All right. You hit him for all 7. Well, all 11 really.
So we get to do the extra 2d6, yeah?
You already rolled that in there for you. The 4
Oh, did
piercing
it?
and the-
Okay.
yep. and then because you
Oh,
did.
right.
Yep,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So you did a total of 11 damage to this wyvern in the sky.
And
So
now I moved up to about right here, I think.
all right, this Gloomstalker, seeing all of you right there, it's going to.
It wants to kill me.
It
Come on.
does. It's gonna.
Target me, man.
It's gonna fly down though, so it's like right here, because it's gonna do two things. It's gonna basically get down. So we're just gonna say it's 5 feet in. Yeah, it's in melee, but it's 5 feet in the air because it doesn't want to touch the ground. And it's gonna do. It's gonna emit a terrible shriek, and everyone within
Oh.
60 feet of it has to do a DC 13 Con saving throw. So all of you.
I'm good at this.
So Pale, and Nav. And then we need one from. Oh no. What's your con
Should be
save?
coming. Is it coming?
It is. So Carrie and Ono, you hear it, and it's giving you a little bit of a headache. But the other two of you, you are paralyzed until the end of the enemy's next turn.
Boy.
Yes.
And it's gonna try and make one claw attack at you, Pell. But since it's about to attack you, it's in melee range. So, Ono, you get your attacks on it.
Bonkety
at
bonk
advantage.
bonk.
Yep, and yep.
So 10 and 14?
10 and 14 is 24. No way. Alright. So, it flies down, it screams,
Kill me,
and
Alex.
as it comes in to take a claw attack at it, you slash it twice, and I'm gonna do what it says it's gonna do. It's gonna use its bonus action to shadow step, go 40 feet in the air, and fly away. Because it says once it's less than half hit points, they fly away. Because they're terrified and they don't want to die. So this thing goes 40 feet in the air, and then it takes off 80 feet following its thing. But
I would like to yell at it as it
absolutely. I will say, because you were paralyzed and prone, and it was within 5 feet, its attack was gonna be its attack was gonna be at advantage. And if it hits,
Roll it, Alex.
and if it
Let me
hits,
Come
see it.
on.
here's what it would have been. And if it hits, it would have been an auto crit because you're paralyzed and it's within 5
Yeah.
feet of you. So 23, it would have been 13, 25, 31, 43.
Oh, God.
Would have been bad.
I don't think you would have outright died though because you have
No,
more than 43.
No, I've got. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So, but they both fly away, and you guys survive the battle time with the Gloomstalkers, who were a much bigger
We're
challenge than I thought.
not
they were gonna
going to survive this dungeon, man.
be. So if you want to, since your thing's up, you can just pop out all 5 heals on your person. That way you're not wasting them. So you can pop out. You can give out the 5 doses of heals
Yeah.
to whoever you want to give them to.
All right. Let's,
not a scratch.
I was gonna say, oh no, you're fine, right?
You don't
I
see
could
Nav.
use a little, but
You don't see Nav.
but yeah,
anywhere.
Naf, come get heals.
Yeah, when I'm not paralyzed anymore, I drop the.
Once it flies away, your paralysis is gone. So you
Yeah.
shake it off, and you're both laying there. You're starting to choke a little bit on your own blood there, Pell, but you become unparalyzing and cough it up.
So I'm just gonna go to.
All right, there you go.
And so, oh my God, 1.
Hey man,
Crying
it's
out loud.
still basically free heals for the Castle One spell.
No, it is. So if Naf and Pell each want to take one of the 5s, I rolled 6 by accident, so let's ignore that last 5. And then who's down lowest of you once you get 5?
Him.
Yeah.
Pell, is it you?
Definitely me.
Okay, are you about to half then, Naf?
Yeah, about.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and take 7 more.
I got
Now,
healed. Ooh. Whenever you regain hit points as the result of a spell, potion, or class feature, you regain additional hit points equal to your Constitution modifier, which is 4. I'm above
Oh,
half.
there you
sick.
go.
I am at
There
half.
you go. Okay, great. And I will take 1.
So if you're getting healed twice, you'll get that modifier twice.
Oh, I'm more than half.
Because
That's true.
each one is a utilization of the spell.
Wait,
So
I did heal you twice.
so how much am I healing?
so
I gave you 5, 4, and 3. 11.
there you go. And then Noph, remember you have breakfast that they brought for you. That you can always eat your temporary breakfast if you want for
I'm
12.
using my second wind.
Okay.
I'm
There you go. And
Okay.
plus your
I
plus your level.
plus 5, so that's
will give myself those 12 temp when I actually say I eat it.
Okay.
Because as of now, just being almost killed, he's probably not really hungry.
You see that these two veterans are dragging out 3 very, very beaten up bodies. They're not dead, but they're in real bad shape. Of some more watchmen, and they're panting because these guys are wearing straight up like plate mail. They have an AC of 18 in full plate. There 3 guys are carrying. 2 guys are carrying 3 guys. One's kind of like in the middle, just kind of a little bit walking, but they're carrying them in there. There's an orc with them and 2 humans, and then the 1 orc and the 1 human. So they're pretty heavy. They see that you guys came out and they look shocked that you have survived. And like, where'd the Gloomstalkers go? Where'd they go? Where'd those bad things go?
We ate them.
Oh,
Ono's like a little bit shook at that because like you seem to have like weird feelings about even eating things sometimes.
I mean, to be fair, the only time that there was really a weird feeling was when you made an illegal shark fin soup.
Well, we also discussed earlier the line of like humanoids versus animals, so you know.
it's true.
She also thought that conversation was weird.
Well, you guys seem like you're probably fine. So you guys can come and go as you please. If those things didn't kill you, you're probably fine. We gotta get these guys back to the infirmary. So, yeah, we'll send 2 other people up to watch the door, and they start dragging these guys away. So just mechanically, you guys don't have to discuss with the guardsmen anytime you want to come in now. Now you can freely enter and exit as you please.
Nath not really being deterred by that. He's going to begin striking a torch.
Okay. I don't like the fact that we aren't even in the door yet, and I want to take a short rest.
guys, I'm having second thoughts about this.
Well, as you guys step to these front doors, I will tell you what you see, because there is another set of doors in there. But
Oh no, I think oh no.
So these doors are open.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like
You are cutting out an
Ono's gonna go up with Nath.
unbelievable amount.
okay, cool. You're cutting out.
All right.
Okay, got it. You're going up with Naf. Got it.
So if we're through these doors, we're through these doors.
Mhm.
So we're at these doors.
Correct.
Okay, I'd go to those doors with my torch lit.
Okay. What's your torchlight? 2020, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me.
And Ono's up with me, I guess. Oh, you guys are following too? I thought you were resting.
So
No.
as you guys enter into, oh, Ono's up with you. I'll move her up with you. So as you guys enter in here, you see that, unless otherwise noted, all of the surfaces in Betrayer's Rise are made of smooth, shiny black stone. You see that the vaulted ceilings are 50 feet high, and its hallways are 20 feet high. There is no light in here unless you produce it. There's some light in this outside part just because it's taking in a little bit from the outside map there. And then you have those doors right there. But what you see right here in the entrance, you stand on a blood-stained bridge that extends over a chasm of swirling silver mist. On the far side of the bridge is a closed double door of black stone, inscribed with a circle containing the profile of a smiling
This is a
woman.
bridge?
This is a bridge, and the 2 gaps on either side of it, they should be there.
They look like walls to me.
Yeah, they shouldn't be
Mhm.
walls. They just painted them weird. But basically, you can see over the edges into the mist. So, um, you can see on the far side of this bridge that you're on is a double door of black stone inscribed with a circle containing the profile of a smiling woman. The symbol is gouged with deep marks as if something with claws had tried but failed to scour it from the stone. Everybody go ahead and roll religion checks.
Also, I don't know if you see this, but Ono's lighting up the jewel.
Okay. And that's what, 10 and 10 as well?
I think it's 15.
15.
Yeah, 15 foot. Bright for 15, dim for additional 15.
Nice.
If the wall has anything to do with betrayer gods, I have advantage on religion checks to know information about the faith or anything like that.
This one does not, per se.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a DC 10, so you guys, everyone except Carrie, mainly because you're in the back. You recognize the engraving as the symbol of Avandra the Changebringer. And
who?
Avandra the Changebringer. And Ono, since you have the jewel, the double door begins to radiate faint crimson light. The light slowly pulses as if beckoning you to touch it. The jewel of the three prayers grows warm to the touch and pulses in sync with the glowing door.
Oh God. I mean, I feel like I should go touch the button, you know?
Open it.
As you guys look at this door for a second, you hear sprinting up behind you 2 guards who were likely walking up to do shift change. They look at you guys and they go, "We can't leave these doors open, so you're either in or you're out. What you want?"
Wait, how do we come back out then? Like, what if we...
You knock real loud.
I'm like
I can do that.
very, very not so subtly. Like my answer is very not so subtly doing my best to like push Ono to open the door. Like, go, do it.
You guys don't want to like rest before we go in there.
Oh no, really?
Just a while.
For a short rest. Oh no, has no need.
All right. Well, they close
Like,
the door
not that
behind you.
I'm not gonna fight you guys for it, but like, if
they already locked us.
They close the door behind
Yep.
you.
Well,
And so I'm pushing. I'm like doing my best to push Ono to open the door.
Which is really funny because like I can't be moved unwillingly.
And I have a strength of 10, so it's not doing anything at all.
As you guys are like looking
but
at
I
the
want to
pulsing,
go.
as you guys are like looking at the pulsation of the red door, Carrie, you hear hissing voices emanating from over the side of the bridge down in the chasm. Together. Yes, we can break them together. Come to us.
No.
Let us catch you. Let us have you. Come to us. We won't let you fall.
There is something in the pit below us. We should go. We should go or prepare to fight here. And this is not a good position to fight in.
Open the door!
Alrighty, let's go. I'm gonna go try and open the door. Feels like such a bad idea, but so is picking up this jewel, so you know.
And we also just got locked in. Like, how is this a bad idea?
As you go,
I mean, we could check it for traps, but am I going to?
As you reach out to touch the door, your fingers barely touch the surface of these black double doors, and they just slowly push open. And as the doors push open, we are gonna go ahead and end our session there.
I knew that was gonna happen. It does feel like the top of the
You
roller
said we
coaster.
level up when we enter the
And
spire.
yes, you will level up to level 6. So
Oh, huzzah.
so basically what we'll do is you can level up to level 6, and then you can roll on your HP, and you will have access to everything that you get, including the increased HP, but your HP will not reset to max. So so like whatever you roll to gain an HP, it should automatically add into your thing.
Right.
But you're not going to get a long rest, you're not going to get all your spell slots back. But if you get new spell slots, you have access to those.
Okay.
So
Alright, how do I do the HP thing again?
just roll a d6, and then you just add it into your rolled and it will automatically add the con mod for you. So you rolled a 4. Cool. So you add a 4 into your rolled once you change it to 6, or once you've leveled up to 6, and then
So my 25 goes to 29.
no, it should go up by your con mod too.
Well, yeah, but adding 25, 4 to 25, it's 29.
What's your max go up by 6, or what's your con mod?
I don't know. I can't check right now. Yes, I can.
You're actually at 33, not 25. So.
It said 25 for me.
Oh, it's 33.
Okay, so.
Because it was probably 25 for your rolled or something like that, but your total.
Yeah, you said added to my roll, right?
Yeah, I did, but your total, it adds your con mod in there after the fact. So your total current HP is 33 out of 49. That's all. That's what I was saying. Yep.
So 33.
Yep. So Pell, you'll add a 9 into your rolled number, and then it will automatically add your Constitution mod in there. Carrie, you'll just add 5, and it will add your 3 automatically. And Ono, you'll add 7, it will add your 3 automatically. So.
So did what I rolled, is that not accurate?
No. So all you have to do is roll the D8. So once you change your level to 6, and then once you click on Manage HP, you can just click Add 5 to your rolled HP, and it will then automatically add that Constitution mod in there for you. D&D Beyond is smart like that.
Yeah, but then I get dumb about how to use D&D Beyond.
Cool. And then, yeah. Ono, do you want me to toss yours in there for you, Ono, since your computer's being slow? Or you got it?
Boy.
I each click the moment, but I can do it.
Okay, cool. So yours will go up by a total of, so your new max will be 65. And you'll go up by, you'll still be at max HP. Cool. So everybody will get their level 6 abilities, whatever they get at spell-wise, and then your HP and stuff. And then when we open the door to the next time around,
Yeah.
you'll see what's in here. I know what's coming. But for now,
I hope you do.
we will log off, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, where we will begin the entrance into Betrayer's Rise. So.
Have a